Hello, everybody. We're live Friday night, another kit build. Tonight is a Tamiya kit. This is the first four-wheeled Tamiya kit I've built in a lot of years.
Huh.
Only built tricycles from Tamiya in the last 5 or so years. So, I've wanted one of these for a long time. They had the flat nose version, and today I'm doing the Buggyra Fat Fox. So, hopefully everything sounds good. Everybody check in.
Hopefully the chat works this week.
Chat worked a lot better on Wednesday, so I think that YouTube has fixed the chat,
Oh, good.
so it should be good. But we'll see if everything catches up. Looks like a little behind, but we'll get there. I think.
We'll wait
Oh,
until we get into it
yeah, we'll wait until all the chat starts going.
and to do all of our thank yous this week. We have a lot of them.
We do have thank yous this week, but I suppose I should open this thing. That I've never built one of the TTO1 chassis either. It seems like there's been 5 million TTO1s.
But that's actually a TTO1E.
Is there a difference?
Bearing kits, I don't know.
There's different bearings in a TTO1E. It comes with a torque-tuned Mabuchi. You know what that is?
Really?
A Mabuchi motor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hello.
Tear this thing open.
Do it. How'd I know where that was going to go?
In the trash can. Trash can.
He told me, yes, he just looked at me yesterday, was sitting in here and was like, oh, by the way, I called you a pack mule on the video, and I was like, oh. At least I served some purpose. I don't really care. So, yeah. The cat comes next week.
Yeah, next Saturday morning.
I believe this has bushings, but
Oh yeah, we have a fast steady bearing kit
Yeah.
for it. So we will not be building it with the Tamiya plastic bushings. Oh man, it's a crazy multi-piece body.
fun.
Bizarre. Doesn't racing semis sound like the coolest thing ever?
It does not. Checking in from Manila, the Philippines,
Dang.
BC, New Hampshire, Kentucky, Missouri, Portland, Victoria, Connecticut, Indiana. Now I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna say everywhere.
All right.
Okay. Do we get an unboxing video
No.
for the cat?
Oh. Maybe for the cat. I'll put her in a box.
About making you hang up his t-shirts? Will you make me?
You do it.
Yeah. I mean, he was probably saying like he prefers them hung versus.
Yes, I was saying that.
Yeah.
Like, especially when we first started dating, and you were then took over my laundry.
Right.
The fact that I had all of my t-shirts hung, and that was my preference.
Right.
And you did not understand that was why that is very normal.
No, that's dumb.
Did you know? So this whole thing came from a topic that Matt and I were discussing. Did you know, or you actually would probably guess this, Matt is the type that would use a dresser in a hotel room.
Well, I mean, if you were staying for a long time.
How long's a long time?
Like a week?
We've stayed in a hotel room for a week together and you did not use a dresser.
Well, yeah, because you don't know who else has used it, but maybe for like when you stayed in Chicago, I would.
We both stayed there.
Checking in from Citrus Lights, close to us. Glad you're feeling better, thank you. They want a Ripper build.
I bet they do. So I'm told that this build is pretty fun until you get to having to cut out all of these. They don't pre-cut their stickers.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna get the stickers
No,
today.
no, we're not. Because you have to paint. Oh, there's 2 sheets of it. Oh, that really sucks. Good Lord.
Okay.
Where's Suits when I need him?
Live feed to introduce the cat next week. Yeah.
It had well, maybe on Sunday. I'll have my live Sunday feed. And you can come in and
Man, I can only do 7 days a week.
well, you don't have to come in and do it because I'm drawing, but you can come in and show said kitten.
Jesse Schultz cat's knocked up.
The-
Weston said one of his street stock here, he ran street stock last weekend. Guy that had one of these, pretty fun running with it. BC, hi Nicole, I'm Jessica, Tim's wife. I like your husband's knowledge and skills. Tim and I love RC and live in Portland. Hello. Welcome, Australia. Salinas Valley. About time for Vanquish to make a Ripper 2.0. No. St. Louis.
I guess I forgot to order a servo, so this truck is going to get an expensive servo. $80 servo and a $100 kit.
So there's like 200 people here. We can, oh, Finland, 4 a.m.
Right.
We can thank a few people.
Yes.
Henry Urbina, I believe, gave me a message at work, said happy birthday. Thank you. That was nice.
I got another shirt from Chibs.
Oh, yeah.
I put it on tonight, and then the black shirt in this feed was like super dark. So I'm like, so I changed to green. But
Yeah.
it's a Sex Panther shirt.
Yeah.
60% of the time, it works every time.
You also got a cool backpack.
I've had that one for a little bit.
Oh, I just knew about it.
Yes. She saw the carry-all RC backpack.
That was cool. There was something else I forgot.
You did get I don't know if I told you. There was an order that came through at Vanquish, and it asked for yours and mine autograph on a chassis.
Nobody wants my autograph. That's cute. Oh. Josh, did you watch the video I sent you with the tuk-tuks? I think you should
I got
like that.
I got tagged in the tuk-tuk video 30 times yesterday. They're racing tuk-tuks off-road.
Off-road.
Yeah, like, and they'll get hung up, and there'll be like 3 people in them, and they'll like jump out and like rock it back and forth or tip it back over. It's ridiculous.
Ben says, "Can I get a thank you?" A little shout.
Yeah. Ben is who will be owning those new.
Oh yeah, thank you for getting that out of the house.
Thanks, Ben. I'm still happy, still sad. I'm both.
We'll be fine. And it's exciting. It's like a new adventure.
Yes. She talked me into it.
I did. More trucks out the door, better. Even though one seemed to just keep coming back in. Fun adventures never end. What's happening, you two? I have you on the dash again. Wonderful. Next Friday, racing trailer Bill. I raced one of those Euro trucks in a spec class indoor on carpet. They are a blast.
They had a spec class for this at an on-road asphalt track where next to where her and I used to live here. And I was told it was fun. I really don't have much interest in racing, but I still think that this thing will be fun.
You're from Stockholm, Sweden.
Sweden?
Lived in both California and Texas.
And now
Never
in Stockholm.
Back in the hobby after 15 years. So Welcome.
Yeah.
Are the shocks pre-assembled? Cross your fingers. Thank you.
Let's see. Is this getting replaced with a bearing? I would hope so. Sure doesn't look like it. Oh, no, it's a spacer. Bearing goes on the outside. Okay.
Travis says, I can't wait for the D110 shows up. Thanks again. I still wish I would have dealt with Nicole, though. I think I would have gotten it for a better price.
That is always true. That's why she doesn't know how to log into my accounts.
I don't.
Oh, I wonder if that piece is plastic also.
Phoenix is going to see the widow.
You gotta go across the street, have a drink. There we go.
Was 67 degrees in Missouri Wednesday. You pretty much know. I always know what the weather is because I talk to my mom every day. It's hot today. Emmett, she said Emmett was out there and everything he touched was hot, 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 hot. He only drove the boat once, so.
Drove the boat.
Does the kit come with metric or standard hardware?
It comes with Phillips head hardware, so I don't even know that it matters. It's like horse thread Phillips hardware. But I think that the rest of the hardware is all metric.
What's the difference between X-Max bearing kit and ASX Max bearing kit? There's a difference. I don't know off the top of my head what the difference is, but there is definitely a difference. Because yeah. What flavor shock oil tonight?
This is for going faster, so.
Josh, get you that ball and underglow for the soul sucker for your birthday? I didn't. Darn. What's on my shirt?
Grateful Dead.
Is it Grateful Dead? One of many Grateful Dead shirts.
Where today? Grateful Dead shirt.
Usually. Love the Pro 4 Fusion so far.
Oh, nice. Is that Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who I met last weekend.
Oh, I've already been offered more for it than I paid.
Yeah.
You.
That's fine. Don't worry.
Friction shocks.
Yeah, I figured no oil in these. That's only better for her. They will go faster.
Wait, did we ever get to hear what the really expensive purchase was?
It's right there. Not her, right behind her.
Oh, that rock bouncer?
Yes. We will show it later. I got a roll pin in my.
Callie's explaining Japanese industrial standard.
Aha, yes. The
See, Schultz wants to know what you're going to do with the new CNC machine.
fun story about that. So I ordered my new CNC machine yesterday, and then this morning I was driving to work and got a message saying, "Hey, quick, cancel your order, and you should." Anyway, long story not so long, I ended up getting a deal on an even better machine. A really good deal. I paid a little bit more than I paid for the previous one, but not by much, and it's a light years nicer machine. So that's exciting. So, I mean, so many things. So much room for activity.
You need a Fred in a boat bit.
Ooh, that would be fun. Do they have boat kits?
No.
I've never built a boat.
Our Swedish friend said, well, back in the hobby, due to Mr. Harley and yourself, I appreciate it. Probably not due to me, but
It would just be.
Fort's Garage said hi. Said what up. Make sure you use Japanese Phillips head. There's a difference, as you know.
Yes.
At Harley Designs, can I convert the axial bomber to a buggy racer, i.e. like a Typhoon, easily?
Solid axle car is never going to be quite like a Typhoon. Like you're just never actually going to get that level of performance. So, that's a hard one to say yes to. You can make a bomber do some pretty crazy things, but if you're going to try and make it actually go even like in the same realm as a Typhoon, it's not the right platform.
SD said he tried bubbly for the first time this week. Gotta say, hot garbage. Not sure how you make it.
It's delicious. I am offended.
I see,
Take umbrage to that.
see that Bronco. That's pretty cool.
That's my air ride Bronco.
Alex Rufo said he saw this today and seriously considered picking one up, and you might convince him to get it.
Well, we'll find out one way or another. Weird how that whole prop shaft thing goes in there, but I mean, I can already see why this thing is only $100, but or whatever it is.
Tank build.
It's not $100, more than that, but
I finally bit the bullet and bought the Vanquish Allen head tool, and I'm very impressed. I now use them instead of my power driver. That's Tim Briner.
nice. They do. It's one of those things that's hard to explain, but once you use them and they spin in your hands, they're comfortable and pleasing to use.
Don't hurt him over buying that CNC machine.
She won't. I warned her before.
Yeah. What motor? Thanks to Ben is the reason he
Yeah.
buying that CNC machine. What motor do you recommend for a mega truck?
I used a Castle 1410 short course system with the Sidewinder 4 because they're cheap and waterproof and good amount of power. I think I used the 3800 kV on 3S. It was a ripper.
Have you tried Kona Longboard?
No,
What
I
is
have
that?
not. Well, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the sandwich shop.
I don't know.
What is that place?
Jesse Max here. Good morning. Good morning. Question for Nicole: is there a bearing kit for the Element IFS kit? What's an IFS?
Oh, it's like just a separate little add-on.
You can email Eddie, and he will
Create.
make one for you, or let us know, and we will make one for you. Books are fun.
Unless you're talking about the Trail Walker, which also I don't even know if it's much different. It probably is different though. Probably has maybe a couple extra.
Right.
They should both
Jesse,
be.
ask him that on Sunday. Any tips on programming the Arduino?
Ooh. Well, I'm not going to have any better answers for you on Sunday.
So no tips.
I'm an uber beginner at Arduino programming.
What's the difference between the different color seals on the bearings from Fast Eddie? Usually, most of 90% of the time, it's loose ceramic and black is rubber. Some of our ceramic bearings also come with rubber. It just depends on,
Comes with black.
so, yeah. Some of the ceramic bearings also come with black rubber. It just depends. Sometimes they're yellow. The stainless have yellow.
Stainless is yellow.
So that's usually, that's not a across the board, but that's a pretty usual thing. And then metal, obviously, is metal. So I moved on from Fireball and Sunkist. I'm into Fireball and Sprite, aka the Reba Fire. Can you only get bubbly in California? No. My dad was drinking one earlier. Nicole, are you always so laid back? Unfortunately, I was born this way.
Yeah, it's hard to get her fired up over much.
Yeah. Jesse Schultz, no.
What?
Are you going to do CNC router videos? I would like to see him at least maybe one night. Coach D is here. Hey, Coach D. Does the air ride have a part number to look it up?
No, it was made out of Russia by a company called Pro Air RC, but they stopped making it basically. It was like a $300 little kit it's cool. It comes in this little project box, has a compressor in it, makes all the air ride sounds.
They have trouble getting Vanquish in the UK. You can order.
Pit Stop RC is our, and Pit Stop RC in the UK is one of our dealers who orders fairly often. And then we have a couple of people like in France and Germany,
Can't you
which might be
order-
a little easier to get, being that it's in. You can order direct as well, but they have like duties and things like
Right.
that kills them. But maybe if you get through like Pit Stop, maybe you'll be in a little easier.
Give yourself a favor and use thick diff oil in the front diff and the kit grease in the rear million weight as well.
I'll check if I have that.
They've discounted their red system.
Oh, that's good. Discontinued, maybe?
Yeah, no.
I think he means discontinued.
Speaking of bearings, do you usually remove the seals, clean everything, and repack with quality grease?
No. If I'm ever worried about it, I'll just use like the little RPM bearing blaster.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to.
But other than that, no, I never worry about that.
What sort of power are you sticking in this semi?
Mabuchi tuned. Torque tuned.
John Holmes has a 6,000K motor for sale for that mega truck. Should work, right?
I mean, it'll do it. That's a lot of motor. Oh, these come with an ESC? What? This is brand new information. Where is this stupid motor?
Let's see.
Plastic or metal? It's got to be plastic, right? Everything in this kit's plastic. I'm talking to myself. D3. That gets us something. What is this? This is D.
Your mom's here.
Hello. Hello.
I apparently look up at my. I'm looking, trying to look at the camera. Apparently, I look up at myself when I'm talking, but really,
Oh.
I'm trying to not just stare at this all the time.
Well, it's hard to do. Like my camera has a little flippy screen on it too, and you have to like try not to just look at it because you can tell you're not looking at the camera. So like when I'm recording, you have to make sure you look at the camera.
Oh,
Otherwise, you just have this weird like doe-eyed look.
so yeah, that's normal for me. My mouse is gone.
It's probably up here. See, it's up here. There you go. Now it's here.
Chips is here. Did you just get here? We already said thank you for the shirt, for the new shirt. That was nice.
I explained why I could not. Tried wearing it today. It was too dark in this video. It was all black in here, basically.
Yes, discontinued. What makes the motor torque tuned?
Because of the sticker, mainly.
Oh.
They put a sticker on it that said so. And if it says it on the sticker.
I have my thing back where I can see what their emoji is.
Yes. I think they fixed all of that.
No. It's
No?
like now it's kind of from see.
Oh, weird.
Face with tongue. See. So the little kitten come home next week? Yes.
Yes. I have to pick it up. Make a quick trip to Fresno? Or what? No, Phoenix, not Fresno.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be flying to Fresno.
I think you can fly to Fresno. Smaller plane.
Yes, Chips should run your Teespring. That's a good idea.
That is a pretty good idea.
Tony's here.
Tony Moz? Oh, hello, Tony.
Thanks for not inviting me tomorrow. I don't want to go anywhere.
Tony and I are going to the Rubicon tomorrow. Play with real Jeeps and toy trucks.
It won't show up.
What part will not show up?
For the monkeys. He put like the
You're no Cena.
Yeah, but it won't.
It won't read them for you or display them. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to put this stupid gasket in. What the hell's the point of this gasket?
Are you asking me?
Obviously.
Josh, when printing PLA or ABS, do you ever use a surface smoother, chemical, or sanding after your prints? By the way, the kids freaking love the go-kart to print too, so they stop fighting.
That's awesome. Let's see. I have done sanding before, but generally I do not. I don't print a lot of like strictly for detail stuff. So I've never done a ton of that, but I've sanded some parts and filled them and painted them, but just not very often. So I don't have the best advice or methods for you on that, I would say, but
No drinks tonight. How am I feeling now that live PD and clubs are being canceled? Much smarter people than me should be making these decisions. I'm sorry, my fear cat time.
that is the worst.
What's a good place to get RC buddies?
I mean, I go to my same dealers as always, like A-Main and things like that. I guess it depends if you're asking for something like super specific or what, but like RC bodies, RC parts, RC kits, I go to A-Main mainly or my local hobby shop. So, you know, if you're asking for something like a super specific one, that would be a better, maybe like a more specific place.
What rigs are you taking to the Rubicon?
I think I'm going to take my Ultra and maybe my Pro as well. But definitely my Ultra. I haven't driven that for a while.
Tony says, what's for lunch? Well, I ordered 2 sandwiches, but they only sent 1, so Tony can have it and you can have the deli meat, the turkey. And then I got grapes, and I got some olives. Need to cut up some carrots, all good stuff. ESC will also run mild brushless. Hey Josh, I see you got the clear Yeti F9 bulkheads out. Any time frame on the black ones?
Soonish. It just depends on what gets sent to plating and as they go through. I think that clear was always the popular one with those, so.
That's a magic gasket holds in the tomb. Hi Josh, will the Incision drive shafts fit the bomber?
I think they're too short for the rear.
Thank you. Captain Spalding says thank you for your live builds. Love watching. Thank you for watching. And RCing around America, thank you. Josh, what would you recommend for a good tire foam for a 1.9 pump crawler?
That all depends on, the size of your tire, the weight of your truck. Crawler Innovations has a new foam calculator on their website. You should check that out because it depends on too many factors to just give you an answer other than Crawler Innovations. Crawler Innovations foam is what I suggest. Then go check out their calculator.
Kitty's sad. Is RPP close to you guys? They're like
4 hours, 3 hours away.
Yeah, north of us.
Yeah, kind of northwestish. Ukiah is where they're at. We're in Sacramento.
Isogen gave us $5. Thank you. Nicole, would you rather fight one F-150 size duck or 100 SCX-10 size ducks? I think 100 SCX-10 size ducks. You can pick those.
Mm-hmm. Grab 2 of them and beat the other ones.
Flying cars question. Have we seen it? Unfortunately.
I'm surprised we haven't watched it again, actually.
Why are you surprised by that?
Because we've watched terrible movies multiple times in a row.
Not like.
You've watched Rubber more than once.
No, I haven't. You've started it. I walked out, but we have watched like bad movies that are entertaining.
I
But
think the second time through, you would find that movie to be much more entertaining.
much worse than I already thought it was. Super.
I disagree.
Someone's a hard body Toyota Helix.
Hilux. Yeah, RC4 Drive makes those. I think they're the go-to one for that. But they're stocked at most of the big stores, so that's still I would still
Oh,
suggest someone like Amy
do you drive your Ripper?
once a year normally. I usually drive it at Axial Fest. That's pretty much it.
Job on the new machetes.
Thanks. Those I like how those came out as well. So this is the rear diff. Someone was saying to use a heavy weight here.
A million weight.
1 million. Do I have it?
Will Incision or Vanquish be making more drive shaft options?
Probably at some point, yes.
Okay. Axial Fest bat.
It's getting closer and closer, and I just don't think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any million. I don't have any heavy diff oil here. What did I have it for last?
Mhm.
Built the diff.
I had a duck crash through my front window 2 weeks after Hurricane Irma. Bummer.
I mean,
Have you visited Fast Track?
Fast Track Hobbies?
Yes. Yes.
We have. They're not too far from me.
Use the 1 million weight in front diff.
Yeah, I don't have any. Otherwise, I would. Let me tell you. But
Where's the movie review? We've talked about it a few times.
Matt and I did it on our Wednesday live show a few weeks ago, and then got a copyright strike against us because of it.
Yeah. The producer guys were super nice that the email they sent, whatever, but sorry.
It was very pressy.
And not God, that movie. Like, if you ever hated a main character before,
Yeah, there was nobody really likable in the movie. Was the
except for
biggest
the
one.
girlfriend that he was cheating on.
Yeah, the fiance was kind of cool. Like I didn't hate her the whole time. She was awesome. He was a piece of shit the whole time.
Alan Harris says, Josh, you and Matt have done a great deal of videos. How long will you guys hang around doing your builds and videos?
I've been doing it for a long time already.
Is this a TT01 or a TT02? TT01E.
Yes, exact. TT.
What? God. This is a nightmare with these two different foods.
We have to feed the cats two different foods. And he likes to come in here and eat the other.
And she wants to eat his, and it's just. And yeah, we call him TT as well. So.
He eats a duck-based food. It's a very fancy duck-based cat food.
Okay, so we rented it too. Sorely disappointed. So I thought I'd buy Flying Cars movie. What's another shitty movie? Yep, it was a terrible movie weekend, and I loved Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I loved Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I don't know if I saw that.
Oh,
But It One was a terrible movie.
Liked it.
Not the original. I don't really remember the original, but the remake was awful.
No mini champagne this week. No.
No, just large coffee.
The gasket is a heat shield between the motor and the mount.
That makes sense.
Drag racing was getting rather popular in the US before COVID hit. Will Vanquish make a drag racer kit in a year or two?
I mean, who knows? Maybe. I think we think drag racing's cool, and we mainly only build stuff that we like. So it's still big here, and I mean, it's going strong here in California right now. So
I'm late. Anybody mentioned how this is trash yet? Yeah.
I don't know if anybody. Yeah.
Hey Josh, I updated my Bomber with the Tekin 3150 brushless system, 3S 5200, and the LiPo Smart battery. It's freaking fast. Now, thanks for recommending the upgrade.
Yep, no problem.
I only click like if catch. Josh, where is the foam calculator on the Crawler Innovations website?
I don't remember exactly, but it's on. If you're on your mobile phone, it might not. I think it might be on the desktop side only, like the mobile site on your mobile telephone.
Nicole, is Josh capable of giving straight yes or no answer, or do all answers start with "well, that depends"? Well, that depends. He doesn't want to offend anyone, so he has to give it like. I would yell at him if he said, no, I don't like that. Like he wants to. He has he has to. How does a guy get a rock jock front axle for an SCX-10 coupe?
Those will be back soon. Those are in production now. They might be at plating already. You could see them in a week or two.
I've been sub to you since you were Missouri building your chassis.
Fun stuff. 2012-ish? 11, 12?
How do you like the new RC County hobby, Josh?
New RC Country? The new place is awesome. It's right by my house, which is even better.
Oh, thanks, Nicole, for the Shazam recommendation. It was a great movie. It is a good movie. I love that movie.
It was all right.
Only cats. Do you have any dogs, fish, birds? No, just cats.
She wanted a gecko. Or no.
No,
chameleon.
Chameleon. I know, but then we got a cat instead. So
she just likes the way they walk around at the.
I watched them for hours at the PetSmart.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be at a PetSmart for hours.
No, with it, the people always come up to me like, "Can we help you?" I'm like, "No,
no." I just don't have anywhere to be right now. I'm good.
I have pretty friends, so just came to visit mine. Right here. The same spread. Hey, Josh, Nicole, any recommendations just for Josh on an over-under drive gears for the front axle of an old school SCX-10 north of the border in Canada?
Axial brand over-under is great. I mean, they still sell them for AR60 axles, so 4313 in the rear axle, and you can go 3813 in the front if you want it to be not so aggressive. Otherwise, you can go 3614 in the front.
What are you hollering about? You have food.
Cat has food, if you're wondering. But yeah, I mean, just see if you can locate the axial brand ones. Those are good. Incision has gears as well, but we only have the 4313 and the 3813. We don't have the additional.
Chameleons are not jerks. They're awesome.
Why is that click?
Oh God.
What?
Annihilate them. Really appreciate the videos. Always great info.
No
Josh,
fun.
did you have to trim the front skid plate to install the motor mount plate for the high altitude forward motor mount?
Did I have to trim? Where is that at? Gosh, did you have to trim the front skid plate? No, I didn't trim anything. I got the whole high altitude skid plate, transmission, motor mount, everything though. So it all pretty much just dropped right together. So maybe there was something I missed, or no, one or the other.
What grease are you using?
This is the Vanquish grease.
Yes, the cat can see the bottom of the bowl. Refill it.
Yeah. Oh, they get fed in tiny bowls in very small portions.
Nicole, how was the weather the other day crawling with Matt? I was with Josh. Looks like you kept getting in the shot. Um, it was freezing. It was so cold. Like normally I hike and climb around and stuff, but I couldn't move because all my extremities were completely frozen. And we weren't expecting it, so we didn't drive or dress for it. And I did not keep getting in the shot. I was sitting in one place and he kept driving up to me and then yelling at me about getting in the shot. I'm like, I'm not in your shot. What size was the chameleon? The one that we liked that we were gonna get was a leopard chameleon, right?
Something like that.
I don't
Something.
know, but the other
It was like
ones at
multicolor.
the ones at PetSmart were small.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's a whole like chameleon thing where you shouldn't buy from PetSmart.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't buy it from PetSmart.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you can tell that those are not healthy animals. Like, and I asked the guy one day, I was like, is there something wrong with this one? Because it was like,
I've stared at these chameleons a lot, and this one.
die. And the guy's like, oh, he's fine. I'm like, he's kind of not fine. Like, okay. Out of all your builds, what has been your favorite Scout?
I mean, I would say most recently, probably not most recently, just in general, has probably been that Woods Runner right there.
You're just gonna make me feel bad. Shut your face.
I'm not kidding.
What would be a good motor system for a rock bouncer build?
Same one I'd probably put in everything is basically a Holmes 2700 on 4S because you can run a smaller battery then. Mamba X be great, or a 3100 kV Rock 412 and a RX4 also on 4S. But it's nice when you can run the small batteries, especially in a rock bouncer. Those rock bouncer cages always look so bad. They're always so exposed so you got to like find ways to hide things.
What about Karma Chameleon? Beyond Too Much gave us $20. Thank you. Longtime viewer, but first donation to the Feedy Beat Farm from the Leaf Spring Mafia. From the Leaf Spring Mafia. I like that. Thank you for the entertainment. Well, thank you for
Thanks, Tim.
helping us out to keep doing it. I like the Leaf Spring Mafia.
Yeah, that's his Instagram name too.
Nice. Do you use the AUX channel on Mamba X ESCs? If so, can you explain how to use it to set drag brake rates, please?
Yes, I do use it. I really like that function. So you'll set it in the castle link and you'll set the auxiliary channel function, usually to drag brake. And then you need a radio that has, generally that's why I use like my Futaba radios, because I can program one of these buttons to adjust the movements or steps in increments. And I like to adjust it in like say a 10% increment. So, and then I can just click it one time and go 10% more, 10% more, 10% more. And on the Mamba X, I'll run with my brushless trucks, I only run about 40% drag brake at most. So sometimes I'll drop that down to like 30 or 20 at times, just so that it has a little bit more roll, especially if I want to drive a little faster. But it really depends on your radio as far as the programming side. That's where everything gets a little different from one to another. If you've got a very simple radio that just has like a 3-position switch or a 2-position switch, it's going to be less ideal.
Are you done?
I am done.
Do I have to upgrade the receiver if I add HV servos? I have a work run 1080 and a 325 OZ servo.
No. Almost any of the receivers will be just fine. The 1080s have a solid BEC in them. They're a good choice.
How beneficial are overdrive gears?
For crawling and things like that, like, technical stuff, it's extremely beneficial. It is a huge step up in performance. But the thing is you can do there's so many settings you could do depending on your truck and your transmission and your axles. Like some trucks, or transmissions you could get is, from 6 to 50% overdrive, which is this huge range. So you kind of have to find that sweet spot that you like, which is cool though, because you you can do that, and you can find what is going to work for how you drive.
Did y'all ever announce the new monthly mayhem on Wednesday night?
We did not officially announce it. I don't know 100% if we're gonna like say all the details beforehand or not. But I kind of feel like we should, just because I think we should kind of have a little bit of excitement going up to it. It's gonna be so much fun. Matt and I are both so pumped. So much power.
Hertz Dig. Any aftermarket transmission recommendations that work great together?
I mean, with the Hertz Dig, so there's a Hertz Dig for the 3-gear style transmission, and the Vanquish case is the one that it's really made to fit the best, but it will fit older original style axial cases as well.
Every time I hear that, like Hertz Dig, I just
Hertz donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew exactly what you were doing.
Oh.
Okay.
Loving your Sunday CAD videos.
It says 15. 3 by 15. Yes.
Tell Josh the original axial gear ratio of the SCX-10 is the best underdrive overdrive factory setup of all the current factory trucks.
Well, it wasn't factory. You had to do it aftermarket. But it's 23% is what that factory overdrive comes out to, basically, which is very good. Which is also just about exactly where we're at with the VFD and that overdrive percentage.
Have you had a chance to talk to Matt since the power? Yeah. Just curious how long he was in the dark.
He was back on almost immediately after we ended the stream.
Wait, was he freaking out? They probably don't lose power very often up there.
I don't know. You remember all the overhead lines in Toronto?
That was for like the...
Well, the rail car as well, but like in general. And granted, that was also Chinatown.
But like...
I think Matt knows how to handle no power.
Yeah. People in California lose their... You know what? When the power goes out. I'm like, our power went out like once a week back. And I'm like, thunderstorm, power went out. Windstorm, power went out. Tornado, power went out.
Well, yeah, but like tornado, like...
I mean, like around us, not
right.
coming through. Travis going to say, I introduced my 7-year-old to Hertz Donuts. He wasn't a fan. Wasn't the name of that place with that showed up with like a crazy ambulance and a clown? Remember the scary clown that would donate or what do you call it? Deliver donuts.
Oh, in Kansas City?
No, that was in Omaha, I think.
Was it Omaha?
I think it was called a Hertz Donut.
I think that there's more than one of those. I think they are places.
I agree, but
like,
is it me or is he taking longer to put these kids together? That's what I think. Thank you. I have a DX5C and a Mamba X and trying to figure out both. If I plug the AUX into the in and don't set my radio up for it right away, will it mess anything up?
No, it just might have a funky drag brake setting, but it won't mess anything up.
Okay.
I hate Phillips head hardware.
Planning on doing U4 with my Yeti build. You think a Tekin RX8 Pro 4 HD on 3S would be a good setup. Also running a full steel gear, 2-speed trans, and TKs.
Yep, it'll be fine. That is a good setup. Okay.
See.
Okay. Make sure we put these A-arms in the right spot. And the top retainer. What's that part number?
My wife wants to know if you got him back for the pack mule.
She wasn't offended.
No. So at least I'm being useful. I just like that backpack that you can put your truck on it. So I don't have to like carry it around like it's a child. He's like, he like shows me where to carry it. He's like, carry it here, carry it here, carry it here. I'm like, no.
No. You always carry it right.
When you're looking. How much influence does Josh have over new parts and designs?
I mean, there's a pretty small number of us there, so we pretty much all get our say. You know, there's only 3 of us that really care about design, like as far as who, you know, goes through that end of it. So plenty.
Can you make this faster but better?
Fat.
Is your drill dead?
No, it's not dead, but I don't know where I have like a Phillips drive for it. That I grabbed it and I was like, I don't have Phillips bits.
I also show my girlfriend how to carry my RC babies. Jim wants me to say Caterpillar.
It's still funny every time.
I mean, that's how you. Hang on.
Are you gonna make Siri say it? This thing doesn't show where you put the screws in the top of this stupid thing. I guess you just still don't. We've had this discussion before, and I know she's right with this one. It's just nobody says Caterpillar. Caterpillar.
Caterpillar.
That? Do it again.
Caterpillar. Caterpillar.
Okay, that one says Caterpillar.
That's
Google said Caterpillar.
yeah. It's dumb.
Next shirt.
What? Google's dumb.
Google's dumb. My wife. Google's dumb.
It is. Installed the UC Fab skid plate in the Capra today. Josh, have you worked on yours yet?
I'm waiting on one thing before I post the video, and then I will.
I believe Phillips head was invented because the Ford Motor Company kept scratching the paint on cars using flathead screws.
I watched a whole thing on it, like the Robinson drive almost took over, and then with power, and it was a better drive, and bought the whole thing.
Our friend Rollins is here. Good evening.
Mr. Gegermanis.
Job. Will Vanquish ever move into other fields of the RC world, such as a nice 60s or 70s muscle car, sexy lines with big performance?
It would be fun. Who knows?
Are those Robertson screws the Canadian ones?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you roped me into watching a documentary about fucking screws.
I know. I'm not sure how I sold that either. But it was interesting.
All I know is Canadian screws.
Yeah. One of them Canadian screws.
Just thinking out loud here, 10-3 rock chalk portals.
10-3. There's possibly 10-3 F9 portals. Rock Jock, the portals in the Rock Jock style just aren't as common as like a fabricated housing with a portal. That's kind of why you don't see that style as much.
When will we see the new multi-litter box robot truck? asking for your opinion on the SCX-10-3 transmission. Looks complicated from the review vids I've seen. Still deciding if I'll get that kit.
It is a complicated transmission. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know yet. I would like to have a stronger opinion on it, but there's a lot. It's just a lot going on in that thing. So I haven't decided 100% what my feelings are on it yet.
How can I put in a VP product request?
You mail a self-addressed stamp envelope to.
Method 10522 wheels and gray black rings.
Gotcha. Yeah, 22 stuff just isn't going right now. So.
Do you have a name for this truck yet?
The Fat Fox?
The Buggyra?
Buggyra Fat Fox?
My buddy won't get Vanquish aluminum trans case for his old SCX-10. Can you tell him it's a good choice?
It's the only
It's
choice.
a good choice.
This RB1. I swear, this bearing side. I'm missing bearings.
First roller comp in a few weeks. Any advice or prep entering class 2 and 3?
Oh, never mind. There's a tube. There's the tube. You did it right.
Yeah.
Fixed it. Okay. Sorry, can you read the question while I was saying you did something wrong? Something about class 2 and 3.
Oh.
You already forgot what you read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First crawler comp in a few weeks. Any advice or prep entering class 2 or 3?
If you've driven your car, like just be familiar with your car. You know, hopefully you've driven it. That's the biggest thing people don't do is they're just not familiar with how their car drives. They don't know when it's to the point where it's going to tip or what it can climb, and you know, that's what you need to know. You just need to know what it will do. Use your winch. Make sure you have a good winch. Use your winch. Learn how to use that thing because that is such a huge part of scale comp crawling, which is not my favorite part of it, I will admit.
What dig unit would you use in an Axle AX10 with a SWX chassis?
I mean, really the only dig unit there is, especially that works, is a Vanquish. That's really it. I'm not being like a smart ass or anything. Like it really is the only one that actually works. Oh, this is flipped it on me.
Oh, Buggyra is pronounced Buggyra.
Buggyra?
It's not as
Buggyra sounds funner.
Yeah.
Funner? That's a word.
Yeah. Is Harley the founder for Vax?
Must mean VP, but no. No, I joined VP 5 years ago. They started closer to 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Will Vanquish ever make short course rims?
They did at one point. There's actually Vanquish short course wheels out there, but it just wasn't that was way before me. And it stopped way before I got there. So who knows?
Throw your Bayo Fang radios in for tomorrow?
I did. They're in my backpack already.
Someone said I have a beautiful. Oh, it was Craig Banks said I have a beautiful soul. Thank you. Yeah. What 1.9 tires are good for loose dirt?
BFG crawlers or high racks, both going to work fine. TSLs always worked pretty well. I just don't like the way they look, but wheel speed's more important than anything. More power is good for loose dirt. More power and strong parts.
First comp crawl at FOPO tomorrow. Any suggestions? This is going to be a team five-man team event, Battle of the Brands.
Don't be nervous.
No.
Be confident.
No, he clearly has.
Be better. Be better than everybody else.
Clearly has no advice. If that's what.
There's not, like with that thing, like experience is what's going to help you. So take it in as the experience and have fun, because if it's your first thing ever, first time ever, you're probably going to suck.
I don't think it's his first time.
Or first comp, whatever.
I think it's his first comp.
Oh, is it
Maybe
first comp
maybe-
crawl? Oh, maybe just at that location.
Yeah.
Then if it's your just first time at that, then. But my first season of rock crawling, I came in last every single event, and I changed my truck every time. Like I came in with basically a new truck or a different truck completely that I was completely unfamiliar with every time. And then I finally stopped doing that and started going with a prepped truck that I kept running all season.
Do you remember those?
And it was then I
things that used to get that it was like the little tube and you blow the bubbles with like the rubber shit, and that it looked like, just like these. Like it would come with like a little Coke straw. And
Coke straw.
you would, but I mean that's what it looked like. And you would put the stuff on the end and blow it, and it would make like a bubble.
No.
Thing. Oh, you don't.
Never.
Yeah, but it came in these it would look just like this. It was like
You put that on the end and you blew a bubble,
yeah.
like a bubble gum bubble.
No, but it was like rubber of some sort.
Oh, so you weren't supposed to eat it.
No.
Oh.
You're not supposed to eat soap bubbles either. Like
No,
you
but
don't-
it sounds like
eat
it sounds more like a pixie stick.
No, I don't.
toy
I
thing.
don't. It wasn't candy.
Huh.
It was somebody will know here.
Sounds like you put silly putty on the end of a straw and called it a toy.
No, it was like the sticky weird rubber stuff.
This is the weird. That is the weirdest. If anybody knows, I'm going to be shocked.
Yeah, it's like latex.
You guys had weird toys.
Yeah, Boney Chuck remembers them.
What?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, Boney Chuck. That's
Eton 30,000 said, "Hi, Josh."
what's happening.
Josh, you have a beautiful soul too, Captain Spaulding said. Look at his sweet puppy in his picture. He's so cute. Josh's advice is trash. Oh, that's a pretty color. Your cup is the same color as my new TRX4. That's a good color. Monster parts, yes, he said that already.
What's that?
That the stickers are the worst part. of
Yeah.
that. Thanks for the support, Josh. This is trash. No, I don't suck. See?
Everybody sucks at comp crawling the first time.
Chibs remembers. See, people, super elastic bubble plastic. Thank you.
Who thought that was a good product name? Super elastic.
That's great.
Here, blow into some plastic. God, you're into weird toys.
See, a super elastic bubble plastic. Yeah. Or bee loonies.
Bee loonies.
They smelled like paint thinner. Yeah.
What the?
That stuff was toxic. Yeah. And yes, and candy cigarettes.
Okay, we had candy cigarette.
Put like powdered sugar on the end and blow it.
Nope, didn't do that.
Okay. Josh, I ordered the RC four-wheel drive
Galande.
Galande 2 RTR FJ40 BF. Are the tires any good, or should I go ahead and buy some Proline G8 tires?
I don't remember the tire size of the Galande 2. So I don't know. And that's the Galande 2s are so focused on scale. It's like, it's get one that looks appropriate for the size and just enjoy that truck for what it looks like, and don't try and make it a absolute killer in performance. What are you just
Because it tasted like paint thinner too.
weird? So many people who watch me liked to eat paint thinner growing up. Yeah. Did you live under power lines growing up?
Can the VP Hertz freewheel, or is it just locked in? Unlocked?
Yep, has a nice, pretty decently large freewheel area. So, and with the how the shifter on the Hertz dig works, it's actually pretty reliable to get it right there. So, I would say it's the best freewheel dig you can get. Just saying. I would stand by that.
Yes, he saw the Chuck Tuck video. He was tagged in.
Yes. So many times. It was so good. I watched it several times.
Is there any benefit to underdriving the rear axle in the U4 build?
So I remember a couple of the guys used to run an underdrive axle in U4 just because it gave them a little bit of, I guess, did it give them oversteer even? Or just it made it a little bit more controllable. I was never a successful U4 racer. So racing is not the area where I would say that I have the best advice to give you. But people did do it. I think Fam and Dan maybe both even did. I can't remember. So I think it's worth a shot. See, drive it, see if you like it. B2, B5. Attach body mounts B2 or B5 depending on the body you use. How do I know which which one am I supposed to use?
Thank you for helping me convince my granddaughter it is time for sleep.
Evidently, this puts people to sleep. B5.
What?
Bingo.
Why is it called a Hertz dig?
I don't know that. That was before me.
What is the best way to install E-clips on shock shafts?
Carefully and with pliers. That's how I do it. I don't know what the best way is. I think there's actually E-clip tools, which are probably the best way. I don't have them, but I'm guessing they're better than how I do it. I use a nice pair of needle nose and hope that everything holds.
Hertz makes a full-size dig units for not so tiny trucks, I believe.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't think that's the reason. There's Hurst, who makes transmission stuff, but not Hertz.
I finished my SX 10.3 last night and had more trouble with putting on the body clip caps and the body clips and building the transmission.
Yeah, those body clips and like getting them under the bumper is just they look great. They are a pain to actually use.
Have you had any time to get into the SCX24, or are you planning at all?
I have a little bit. It's right there on the shelf. And I've actually started kind of playing around with some stuff in CAD. And I think that it might make for kind of a cool some carbon fiber stuff on my soon to becoming Stepcraft CNC router.
That's why you were calling it a router, not CNC, because you know I knew that a CNC is expensive. It's a CNC.
It's a router. It's a router table. You know, like routers. I told her I was going to get a router after she talked me into selling my pride and joys, and killing my soul. So I told her that, and she's like, I think the Comcast gave us one, and I don't think you really need to. I don't know why you need to buy a better one.
All right, Weston. Good night. Good idea. Definitely spend time with your wife instead of us. I'm not being sarcastic at all. Dead serious. You should.
Sheesh.
I wish my husband would do that.
That should be a thing.
Yeah.
Get all picky about it.
Let's see. So Josh's advice: figure it out yourself. Run Vanquish parts. Run only BFD colors.
Yeah. Have fun.
Do you dip your pizza in ranch dressing? No.
No.
We're not big ranch dressing.
Mm-mm. Even being from the Midwest, we're still not big ranch dressing people.
No. Patricia Tinser says hi.
I like barbecue sauce way more than I should though.
Where did you guys go hiking last weekend? Please share the coordinates. My wife and I are planning on going hiking tomorrow, but can't decide where.
So I don't have the coordinates handy, obviously, and it would be the whole thing. But if you look up Emerald Pools by Lake Spalding, which is like just west of like Cisco Grove area.
Just going hiking though, I would go to
Like
Donner.
Yeah, the thing is like where we were at, it's one of my favorite places to go drive trucks because you can park right there and then you just walk over to this side and it's all those rock, but it's not a huge area. It's maybe like a couple 100 yards by 100 yards. And there's not really a good reason for people to hike there. So that's why it's great to film trucks because there's a lot of people who are in the area, but never right there. So that's why I go there for trucks.
Go to Donner.
Yeah, I mean, if you go up to Donner Pass and go hike on the PCT area,
It's amazing.
that's beautiful.
The people we've been to beautiful places all over the world, but people ask us what our favorite is. Donner is pretty amazing. We're pretty lucky to be this close to that in Tahoe. Anywhere Tahoe.
Yeah.
Nicole looks like she's having super fun.
That's just her face.
Yeah. It's my resting annoyed face. Another Friday night build for a trucker watching a Harley build.
Building a truck.
Building a truck.
A racing or semi truck.
Oh, yeah.
See? Yeah.
Which trucks did you sell?
The Woods Runner and the Class 1 Toyota.
Raptor 93 said, first Harley stream, what's up?
What's happening?
What's up? Thanks for joining.
Where is this stupid pivot ball? I bet it's plastic. I bet that's what I keep for P7.
Any plans on doing a review and upgrade build on the 6x6 trucks from Axial or Traxxas?
I've got my UMG, the 6x6 base kind of, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna make it a 4x4, not a 6x6. But the TRX6, I actually do think that I'll have in hand for that.
Please tell me you're not paying monthly for Tomcat. No, we have Xfinity anyway. Why is
Well,
it?
Comcast Xfinity.
Oh, it's the same.
Yes.
Hey Josh, thinking about picking up the 1955 Ford F10O by Axial. Any thoughts?
I mean, if you like the body, I mean, the SCX-10-2 is just a good platform, so you'll have fun. I think it's a good truck, and especially if you like that style, do it. I always thought that was a kind of a cool one. They did some cool stuff with the bed that was, I don't know.
Josh, do you like
truck.
turtles?
I like turtles. I like turtles.
Do you know what sound a turtle makes when it dies?
That's from a movie called Mr. Right
That's a great movie.
with Anna Kendrick, and she's my favorite.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. How about pineapple on your pizza? I do love pineapple.
Nope. I love pineapple, but I don't like.
Dips his pizza inevitably. Just stopped drawing a mini go. I lost it. Son of a.
Better find it because it had to do with mini go-karts. And
I'm having fun with Fusion, you enabler.
what was funny though is after that stream, Nicole was talking. She's like, my Amazon cart is full, or my Amazon suggestions are full of go-karts now, but I'm kind of thinking that we should buy one for Emmett.
I know. I told Bob that. I was like, but I think we're gonna do a Power Wheels. I was like, I'm like, we were having this conversation the other day where I think we're gonna do Power Wheels for Christmas because the go kart's 3 and up. And he was like, "Oh, is Josh gonna turbo boost the Power Wheels?" I was like, "Oh, we're thinking about putting a car battery instead of like a 12 volt or whatever they
Yeah.
come with in it."
So that little one.
He's like, "Well, is he gonna make some rims and stuff for it?" Like me. I was like, "This is our last Christmas with only one baby, so
I know.
yeah."
Then we're gonna have multiples to buy too many gifts for.
Speaking of barbecue, do you have any good barbecue in California?
No.
Not a big fan of driving over Donna with a rig.
Ah, that that's a little different story.
Ooh, I've been there but haven't crawled there. Such an awesome place. So now we didn't go. We haven't ever.
We haven't actually been to the pools.
We just go on the other side where it's just like a open thing that no one goes to. So.
Yeah, we always go to these cool places. Then I make her go to the area no one wants to actually see. I didn't put grease in here.
You sold your woods runner?
No.
Donor pass not fun. Pets are crazy. Some you spent quick trip run.
What now? I miss Quick Trip.
Yeah, quick trips with a Q. Just joining in. How are you guys? Watching from Ontario. Hello.
We're doing great.
Casey's does have a great pizza.
We have had plenty of Casey's pizzas in our day.
And Tamiya always gets some.
Mom and Dad used to get them all the time.
Oh. Do you get pre-release kits to tinker with use for R&D?
I do sometimes get pre-release kits, but only because of like this YouTube side. Rarely do companies send pre-release kits to like us as a manufacturer for R&D. So they usually want to keep that, close. Especially now since we also make kits, like everything changes then.
ETA on the RC, Dave charged up, gave us $2. ETA, thank you. On the SCX 10.3 VP axles you teased us with.
I don't have a ETA to give you on those yet, but I mean they're in production, and now it's just a matter of those kind of coming through. But I don't have a date to give. Like that's always the hard part. It's part of it is like once they're in production like that, it's a matter of them us stocking up for an initial release, even though we know they're going to sell out, but we'll stock up as many as we can. We'll wait till we have something we think is reasonable, and then we'll release it.
What's your go-to barbecue in KC? I'm a Gates or LC's Jack Stack. No.
I do love Gates, but Slaps is my favorite over in KCK.
A basic bitch, and I like Oklahoma Joe's.
It's okay. But
Or I like what's the smoke or Woodyard?
Woodyard. I liked Woodyard, but
Woodyard's my fave.
Slaps is the best.
Yeah, that's what you say. They're doing Katie's wedding.
Ooh.
Yeah. Too bad you're not going. Moose Jaw's here. Just got back. Now I'm way behind. I've seen some really pimped out Power Wheels.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
We're doing it.
Thing is, like,
I never get any say in any of this shit. We're doing a pimped out Power Wheels.
okay, here's the problem. How we have to like get it here and then pimp it out, then take it there?
Well, you can do it here, and then we'll send it there, and then, but you don't need it with you. You can do it while we're back home.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Just bring your things.
like how, I guess I could research and not make my own things, but that sounds lame.
Well, you could make your own things and
Right. That's why I need it here for testing.
we
You
can
should see me riding around out in the court out there, drifting down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Tokyo drift style.
I mean, all the you do.
Listening to Teriyaki Boys.
Okay, so I have this situation. I got excited for a second because I thought it was going to be like about girls or something juicy, but it's not. And then I bought a Fly Sky GT5 on March 25th and was expected April 2nd. The company sent out 2 packages and both have gotten lost. So am I going to buy a DX5C? Thoughts or recommendation?
DX5C is a good buy. I think it's a better choice than the Rugged, just because of like some of the usability stuff. So DX5C, I've never used it. I'm not a Spectrum person, but everything I've heard, the DX5C is still a good choice. So I think that you're not making a poor decision by going that route. And that sucks that you had 2 packages get lost. Bummer. Okay, this one has the shock mount. This one does not.
Someone said I had britches.
You have what? Britches?
Yeah, that you need to take some of the net from them for window netting. Okay, let's see. I apologize.
I don't think I've ever cut up any of your clothes for
Yeah,
scale
that's I have
scale items.
5 pieces of clothing. Like I've noticed.
Like, did you get rid of my Tuesday shirt?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm skipping. Gene Master, thank you. $5 donation. Can't wait till we visit Australia. Just pick up a free Power Wheels on Craigslist for research and development and have them get one to do a build on there.
Not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be weird when the mid-30s guy with no kids shows up to take the power wheel?
Holmes will help the pimp.
We're gonna have to get him a helmet too.
Yeah, it's a Paw Patrol helmet.
Oh, that's right. Where is this piece?
But Holmes, I bet he has one. He could do the thing. We could go get it from him when we're back home.
That's true. You're really trying to take the joy out of this present, though. Thanks for that.
Well, you can do it, but I know.
Dream killer.
Let's see.
This is D. This is A. No, I need to find the other version, other one of these. There's got to be 2.
What's the top part of this truck look like? I'm confused. What Vanquish axles fit on the SCX-10
The SCX-10 Vanquish Curry axles. There's an F9 and a rock jock.
I want to measure the wind speed, not ground speed, flowing over my Typhoon 6S. Any recommendations on how to do that?
I've never tried to measure wind speed. I would have to research what like wind speed. I would have to. You would have to find either like a one that was like spun a blade, or there's like air resistance meters. I think that just based on a cross section and the force that it feels, that there's which is probably the more reliable version. But I have no idea where you get those. This is super annoying. Where is that tree? Just is that
As
tree.
a Power Wheel makes a 10th version.
Got it. Ooh, 10th scale Power Wheel for Sunday.
Monster Parts just tagged you in some cool Power Wheels. New monthly Mayhem build, yeah.
Oh yeah.
See somebody said the little propeller. Hi guys, just wondering when Vanquish releases things like today with the next batch of views, do you guys make bets on how fast you sell out?
Um, kind of not like official bets, but it's always like it's always one of those things. Just like, all right, here we go. Like, let's maybe give some people a heads up, and then wait for all of the hateful comments to come about why there isn't more.
Going to change name to a girly one so she reads them next week.
Must not see his comment.
So, or they don't make sense. So I don't read
If she doesn't understand the comments, she's probably not reading.
or yeah.
Change her name to a girl.
I don't think anyone here has a girly name. Test drive a Walmart Power Wheels, wreck it, then buy it cheaper. Nicole, you have to ask Josh about the bubbly on the dryer.
So when people take pictures of RC trucks, they're always like setting them. Oh, that's why.
Setting it on the dryer.
Setting it on the dryer to take the photo.
Like a
It's just like a spot that,
surface.
right. But it's always just like a thing. Like, why are people, it's always a thing. Anyway, so Matt and I had joked about that last week on live. And then this week, someone had taken their truck to take their photos of it on the washing machine, but flexed up on a case of bubbly.
Who did that? That's hilarious.
A video. Yeah.
That is funny. Like, sorry, we don't all have
Combine.
someone like. Sorry, we don't all have like amazing studio backgrounds
Well,
to take pictures on.
You should see what happens when I take photos in this room, though. Like this desk here is not, it's not pushed up against a wall. It's like at an angle to the room, and then so there's a triangle space in the back, and that's I have like studio lighting and my tripods and stuff like that. But it's not a lot of space. But I like to take photos looking with this in the background. So I crawl on my hands and knees under my desk and then like get back there and grab my camera and like hold it up to the angle. And then if I need something during that time, which is most of the time, or I need something moved, I yell for Nicole to come in this room to like do something, so I don't have to crawl back out from under because there's cables and it's a nightmare. I always tell her I'm stuck to come help, which isn't untrue usually.
Anyone else into no prep drag racing? You did the no prep drag racing.
I'll do more now that the Tekin Eliminator motors and everything is out now, which is kind of what I've been waiting for. So I got the truck back right there, and then my Nova body and stuff's up there. So I'll have another one of the Novas that are plentiful out there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Cool.
Are you ordering dinner for us tonight? Are you Marco Poloing?
Yeah.
Nerd. My wife and her mom and cousin are using some Marco Polo app, which is just like every other app. Like, you can send video messages. You can send video messages in any of these.
Somebody said my pick is on the deep freeze. Same diff.
Yeah. Deep freeze. That's like washing machine XL. Like, look at all this space I have.
They have They have tanks, Power Wheels tanks at Walmart.
What?
Josh, next week build a Power Wheels. Everyone on the platform of YouTube will watch. 6S Power Wheels. Daryl Barnes would like to know how long you've been in the hobby.
I started RC in 2004. So not nearly as long as a lot of people. But I made up for it by being completely obsessed and spending all my time on it and making it my career. And
just realized it was Nicole that had the Harley Resigns t-shirt on it.
yes.
Yep.
That I didn't know she was wearing it. She was just walking around next to me with it.
Yeah, we and I have pictures of my entire family wearing it. His mom, all of my little cousins, everybody. Where I went back home and Matt had sent it to me, and I went back home Eddie bought it.
Yeah.
and gave it to me. And I went back home for my grandma's birthday, so the whole entire family was there, and yeah. Have you ever tried any of the Endura tires?
No, I would never try any Endura product. I don't support them. They're a knockoff company. They copy our products. They're dirtbag company who make dirtbag products,
Okay.
and I dislike them strongly for it.
Okay.
Copy other good brands that are made here. They're a terrible thing for the hobby, and I strongly suggest that if you can, you don't buy any of their products. There.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
We were actually making good progress on this thing, though.
Are we?
Oh yeah, I asked you, are we ordering dinner tonight?
Oh no, I have food in there.
Do you? Okay, so we're not eating good, or we're not eating bad. Good but bad.
Start over.
I know. I've still been doing pretty good. Although Karina did bring in senorita bread today.
I don't know what that is.
It's like,
Oh, horse of Chankwood.
yes,
Oh.
that's like that's not the actual name. That's what people call them. It's knockoff parts. They're literally trying to put me out of a job. So, there you go.
Let's see. Yeah.
I think we're getting close to shocks even. Then you can really be excited.
Yeah. Don't even get him started on brass.
Yeah. That's how I feel about that.
Let's see. I told her I had to help you build a truck, so she said, "Go and help." Oh, I think that's her granddaughter going to bed. That's hilarious. Does Josh mess with any Nitro RC?
My first ever Nitro RC was the monthly mayhem where Matt and I took the Kyosho Inferno and made them into burnout cars. That was the first time I ever really messed with a nitro car.
You didn't send notifications.
What's that mean?
I don't know, for this show.
Oh, I don't know why that happens. That's just YouTube. That's not something I get to choose. I would send you guys notifications on everything. You'd be annoyed with me.
Don't get started on flat chassis either, but servos or traffic. Please build a nitro crawler.
Oh, God.
James Reese says, "Hello, Josh and Cole. Josh, what do you think of metal 3D printers, and have you tried them?" Cool. I need to go to some snacks.
They're super cool.
Super cool.
I've tried some parts that were done, made from them. They're super expensive machines. They're not, they're good for certain applications that are pretty specific at this point, just because of the price point and all the intricacies of them from it. But if it was something that truly became a consumer level thing, that would be awesome. But I think that's just with the heat and things that they have to work with. I don't see that being like something that happens soon. I'm sure we'll see, infused parts and things like that. But the true, metal 3D printers are pretty rad. Or there's what like Matsura is a brand that we use for CNC machines, and they've got kind of combination like metal printers, which is like a welder that builds up, and then it will machine it right as it goes, or layer by layer, so that you have a part that's, you can make impossible parts, parts that you wouldn't be able to mold or machine any other way. So pretty cool.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay.
How much left?
I mean, we're here on page 9 of, well, 19 isn't totally true. Of 15. See how far we are? Excited you are? Whoops.
Would you run a motor and ESC from Banggood?
Probably not. I mean,
Good night.
I guess that's not 100% true. There's some cases I guess I could, but I don't know that some of the things in our cars is just like, even if you just want to buy something cheap, I get it. But there's some really good cheap options that aren't from Banggood that probably be more reliable. So, I mean, but Banggood has like a lot of quadcopter parts that are, some people say are just fine, but some people say that about our stuff too. So I don't know. I just go with the ones that I trust. When you do find time to go out and have fun with your truck, like the last thing you want is a part that's going to be an unreliable one and ruin your day.
DLMS based metal printers are expensive, but you can get stainless steel printed via Shapeways rather cheap. I've made a mount for FPV cam for a quad this way.
Yeah, that's like the infused stuff. They're kind of cool. It's a little bit different. It's like a powder infused with a flux almost, and then they bake it so that it all becomes one piece. It's all super cool technology. Hopefully it just keeps getting faster and cheaper and more obtainable.
Rochester, New York, checking in. Gosh, how do I meet a nice, understanding, and tolerant woman like Nicole?
Practice.
How do you go about turning a public park into RC park?
Ooh. I mean, if I was going to try and do it, I would find either a local city council person and try and show them a respectable version of what you guys are expecting to do, and write like a nice document explaining it and explaining how little the impacts are, and it's less impact than a bicycle. It's kid friendly. It's not noisy. Not like, I mean, it's not a gas car.
You'd almost said it's not obnoxiously noisy.
It's not like put together a well-written and presented thing to just say like, here's the preconceived notions you may have about this, but it's not the case. These are,
I mean, can't you just don't?
Some public parks, a lot of public parks, they classify it under the no motor vehicle thing.
It's a battery.
It's got a motor. So sometimes you
just find an RC, find somebody that doesn't.
Yeah, but it's hard. I mean, I get it. A lot of people just don't have good areas, and or the one place that they may have around them that has rock might be at a park. What? You Marco Poloing on a watch?
Tammy said, I was driving home a few ago and a sexy voice came over the local radio station from one of the lake bars. Mask optional. Play at the lake.
Mask optional.
That was the other person that we had to thank was Captain Mitch.
Oh yeah.
If you ever go to the Ozarks, I was just reading
Yeah, Captain Mitch on the Ozarks sent us a nice email asking.
If you go to the Lake of the Ozarks, which is where our home base. We're actually Kansas City home based, but we a lot of family at the Ozarks, and we go down there quite a bit. Go partycovecharters.com if you need to charter a boat.
He extended us an invite. Like, next time we're down there, we'll...
Like, you know what you just did, Captain Mitch, because we're actually from there and we're going to take you up on that.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of Missouri people here, so
Looking to go out on a
uh,
on a motor yacht
and
or a ski boat.
the fellow RC enthusiasts, call it or get a hold of Captain Mitch.
Yeah. Always. That's the most fun stuff, though. Is like there's so many of us with so many different. Like we all have our force of. I mean, mine happens to be in this, but like so many of us also, like we have an interesting job that people don't know, or it's just kind of cool how it all comes together.
Yeah.
Meet somebody like, oh yeah, they work doing that. Like, oh. It's awesome. The power of the internet.
Right?
Whenever somebody sends me a message like that, or I always forward them to her, and
Because it's so nice.
it is.
It's fun to see what other people do outside of this, because you just see this all the time. um, will the black F9 Yeti bulkheads be available within the next couple months or so? If not, I'll just pick up a clear one.
I'd say yes. I would say more likely in the next couple of weeks, but it depends. But most likely. Gotta be quick. Got you $1.
Josh, thoughts on RC four-wheel drive Ranger MTR 4-bomber?
The Wrangler, MTR Wrangler.
Probably said that.
He probably did. You probably said Ranger just to annoy me.
I'm
kidding.
Yeah, I said Wrangler.
Matt loves the Wranglers. I had them in 1.9, but never ran them. RC4 drive tires aren't bad, so you'd probably be fine running them. I think that, and they have a cool look, so seems like a good choice. Oh, wow! These are the
Yes, I am removing those.
shitty comments
Wow.
or political.
Political.
Yeah, we don't do much political here, FYI.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah.
What is the cheapest ESC that will work with the Holmes Trailmaster Pro brushless, and what KBs should I run?
Cheapest. The Trailmaster Pro is a 2-pole brushless. Like, it's not my favorite one. You really want a censored ESC. The Castle Mamba Micro is censored and cheap, or the cheapest of those. Because you want one that has some sensorless or some censored programming, that has crawler specific programming. So that might be the one I suggest. But honestly, I'd say just save your money and wait till you get a 4-pole brushless motor like a Polar Pro, or maybe get a Revolver and then get a Sidewinder ESC. That'll save you some money. Otherwise, rather than getting the Trailmaster, which I don't love that one, like get one of his Trailmaster Sport brushed motors for now and have fun for a little while longer with that. All 4 shocks are built. What now?
Yay.
All 2.
What is look?
Fuck. I don't know what. I think it's just a combination. I don't know why.
I'm about to make Alex Callaghan moderator.
Do it.
There you go. Do you consider yourself a YouTube influencer?
It's such a weird for the RC industry, sure. Like that, whatever they want to call it. In like real world stuff, no. I'm no Jeffree Star.
I don't know who that is. So
He's the guy who does makeup a lot, has his own line, makes tons of money. Super popular. One of the richest YouTubers.
wow, definitely. Then you're definitely
Definitely not that guy.
Hey Josh,
Person.
my wife makes fun of me for watching all
pronouning.
of your videos and talking back to my phone. Could you please slip my name in somewhere so she thinks you're talking to me? My name's Cody.
You know what, Cody? I think that's a total reasonable thing. But I'm also, it's also a good thing that we have wives that check us for these reasons.
Yeah,
And sometimes make us think. But
that's fine.
I have conversations entirely with myself. So, seems like you're still one step ahead of me.
The only thing we all agree on is this is trash. What do you think of the Holmes Hobby Revolver 1800 kV with the Sidewinder 4 SESC?
Super smooth. Lots of torque. It's a
Your
good.
name is Tall Living Smith. Do you live in a tiny house? Tell me you live in a tiny house.
That's a super powerful, super smooth, fun setup to run. Sounds like a fax machine while you're driving down the course. That's my only thing. Sounds like it's still fun. And he just released a V2 version of it today. So, check out the V2 revolver. They're in stock now, I believe I saw. I wrote it down for the Scale News update.
Cool. Can you use a Mamba Micro X on the 10 scale truck with a revolver motor?
I don't 100% sure know about with the revolver. I know that the Sidewinder 4 is always the one that gets the suggestion when it comes to the revolver. And I can't say I 100% know the reasoning why that is the case. So that would be something I would have to refer you to the good people at Holmes Hobbies for a educated answer on.
Will you please show us a body size comparison with a regular 1/10 truck body?
Yes, sure. Let me.
Are those revolvers as loud in person as they sound in videos?
They're loud. They're not as loud as it makes it sound in a video. In video, it's such a piercing sound. It's a little bit of a piercing sound in person too, but they pick up so well in video is the problem. But they do. You hear them. You're not sneaking up on anybody. Not like my trucks. Whisper quiet.
You're right. If you're deaf. I was able to eliminate back and forth play with the TTO1 on the upper and lower arms with some set screws working in Lowe's Hardware has some purpose.
Perfect.
It's a hardware store.
Yeah, you did.
Good night, Darwin. Do you sell period radios?
I do not sell anything.
Jaden Hoskins is a new subscribe. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does Josh know why Vanquish is named Vanquish?
No. Sounded cool? I don't know.
She said, is he talking to you? His wife. Josh,
Yes, we're talking to him.
Paul, does Josh ever mention his YouTube fans when you call him a nerd?
Truthfully? Yeah, I do. Yup.
quietest ESC motor combo. I'd love to know that.
Let's see. A lot of them are quieter now than they used to be. It's brushed for sure. You have to be brushed. But a lot of the new hobby wings are super quiet on brushed. And then after that, as far as quiet, 48 pitch gears are way quieter.
He said, my wife hates the sound on the trail. Thank you. Where's your wife? Because me too. Like you're trying to go out for a nice hike and all you hear. It's awful. Nightmare.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it is. No, he'll be like, he never mentions his fans. But we always make fun of him. Like, how many likes did you get on Instagram?
Makes fun of me, not of...
No, of you.
Yes.
Wait, I missed it. Tall,
living small.
yes, and I travel in a high top van. Yeah.
I love van life stuff.
Right now, I'm up in the White Mountains on some property I have. Haven't been home for 2 years. Crawling the Rockies, the desert, the Sierras. Moved out of Folsom.
What?
It's like our dream. Did you get that school bus thing I sent you? That was so sick.
It's kind of like our dream, but I would have such a hard time finding a place for a 3D printer and a router and kind of like a trailer with it.
Isn't that what toy haulers are for?
Ooh, toy hauler could do it. Be a pain having to always
Right now, please talk my wife into coming to the event. She can relax. Yeah. I mean, I don't touch this shit.
Oh yeah, she comes to all the events and she does not touch us.
Just come to bullshit and talk shit about my husband.
Yeah.
I love like there's not as many wives that come out in California, which is kind of a bummer. But because that's all I want to do is talk to the wives and you know.
Just go on the inside spot. Both of them.
My girlfriend won't come with me if I ever run one with my revolver.
I don't own any revolver trucks, but I have in the past. Back when Nicole didn't have as many opinions about things.
Whatever.
Hate Phillips head hardware. Should have got a screw kit.
I will be at RC 4-wheel drive West Coast Challenge in this year if everything happens like it should. Do you think you'll make it again?
Oh, definitely. That was a fun one. We'll be there again. Had kind of a nice hotel up in the hills. Well, it wasn't a nice hotel. It was just a hotel, but it was fine. Part of also what sucks is these tools are like knurled because they're not my Vanquish tools. See, that's why we have a little spinny thing. Who cares?
Are you talking to me?
What?
Sorry. Oh, Alex Kyle lives in a store in a container house.
Oh.
Yeah, we're looking at those too. It's Saturday in Australia. Josh's mobile shop sponsored by Creepy Band on the river.
That'd be my only concern is if I had a trailer, towed van would be that I would be in it. Nicole would just start driving to go get ice cream or something like that. and I would still, well, still hooked up.
My cousin has that same engine lift in your background. Where did you get it?
That is a Central Pneumatics engine lift. It actually functions with hydraulics and everything like that. I bought it used for like $60. I can't, they're hard to find now and worth a decent amount.
And so it's for sale. For those of us who joined late, why did you pick this particular kit to build?
I've always wanted one of these little racing semis. I just thought they always look cool.
If you decode the sound of a revolver motor, it says, "Can you crawl that but better?" Is that plastic hard? You seem to be really looking to get those screws in.
It is hard, and then my plumber pain in the butt. Be right back.
A great place to hang out in the Sacramento area is Laguna del Sol.
Oh, I don't know where that is.
I don't either.
Write that down.
Yeah. Too bad we're not hanging out anywhere, but this place. Let's see. Oh no. I don't think that. I think the litter robots are.
Oh, you think little robots are silent?
I mean, not totally silent, but silent enough. You know.
What's the comment say about them specifically?
About the RC noises, I might have to break out the bad news. I think the robot litter box might make those noises. Not that. Not those.
You don't think so, huh? I can just
Do
see.
you have any fifth scale?
Nope. I had one and then caught it on fire, or my brother caught it on fire. I can't remember. Almost started a fire, regardless, in my backyard.
Yeah.
Nicole was there.
Yeah. Those trucks like to have the screws backed off a quarter turn once tightened so nothing binds.
Yeah, I left them a little loose on these shocks. I mean, these high quality friction dampers and all.
I want to make an economic car, but I don't know how to.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Spinning Wheel of Death from YouTube.
What's that mean? Oh, someone put that. Our connection's still good, at least.
Yeah.
It's like, is it on us? Doesn't look like it.
I thought you were holding on to the Woods Runner.
I was, but somebody was very persistent, and I couldn't not.
I'm just gonna make another one.
It's not the same sometimes.
I think that it's good that someone else, like I said, share your joy.
Yeah.
Share your joy.
Yeah. But either way, it will be leaving, and I will start another project.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know, not all projects are created equally.
Will you make a weed eater puller? Good idea.
I get it now. Ha 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 ha. Sounds like a really boring monthly mayhem. Oh, there we go.
No, it was his internet.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say, I don't think ours shows 0 dropped frames.
An RC car.
I mean, there's some inexpensive trucks, you know, you can buy, but if you want to try and like really save money on one, I would try and find a used one. That would be the best bet. You can find some, you know, go on to Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace locally, find someone who's just clearing out something, just search RC car. Like, that's it. And I bet you can find yourself a car for $50. That's going to be a hobby grade vehicle. And from there, maybe it'll come with a battery, maybe it'll come with a chart. You know, there's a chance that you could get everything you need to start for less than $100 and see if you like it. And then see if there's something about that car that you do or don't like, and if you want something different. But just find something, but look used if you're trying to save money. What are you making us? A bowl of black olives. I don't hate olives. I thought you weren't supposed to eat these on our diet.
Okay. Let's see. New to the hobby, and I decided what and where online I was going to purchase my first RC, and no one seems to have any of the trucks I would purchase. Is it normal or just COVID?
It is just the COVID and supply chain issues that were, caused by COVID. So no, this is right now we are in an abnormal climate for this.
RC Masked Master says play.
Masked Master? That's a tough one to say.
Can we see the rig body? Roland, you're a chef?
Roll, I did not know that either.
It's amazing.
The body's still uncut and all, so it looks, but it's like that. And it's like 4 pieces, so we'll get there in a minute as far as like actually showing the sizes.
He said he got a frame to an old car you roll, and I took it apart.
Frame to an old car that you roll. Oh, maybe like a non-RC car. You took it apart.
I did know that I was described as a pack mule. It's okay.
But Schultz, no.
How does the 14th body size compare to the 10th? We're coming to see Roland's too.
Yeah, Latvia. It's actually very similar. It's just because it's a semi truck, so it would be much larger otherwise. It's actually like it's basically what you would expect to see as a 1/10 vehicle.
Josh, I'm assuming like most RC people, don't you have a bin of hex screws? Why don't you swap the screws?
I do. It's just, and I even have bins that are like by size and all that, and I should have. But when you're building a kit, sometimes you just start going with what the kit has, unless you have a kit, and I didn't. And a lot of these things are like these type of shoulder screws. There's probably 12 or more of those in this kit. But yes, I have a very organized bin of it, even.
I wish you could take that out to the rest of your life.
What? The fact that I have organized screw bins?
Yeah. Will the Castle Sidewinder Micro 2 work with the Pulled Pro or Trailmaster Pro?
You need to go with a censored. And well, which ones did he say?
Oh.
Sidewinder Micro 2. No. Sidewinder Micro will not, because it's not censored.
Stop eating on camera. It's annoying.
I know it is annoying, especially olives.
Matt's here.
It's late there.
Is it?
11 o'clock. So let's.
He said, yeah, non-RC car. That's what he's talking about.
Yep. I mean, trying to take a non-RC car And turning into an RC car, especially at first, and trying to do it affordably, that's not the best route. That can be a costly route because you're going to have to buy a lot of parts and modify them and usually waste additional parts to do it. You'd be much better off finding a car cheap and going that route.
Matt's here. I don't have to read questions anymore. I can just ask him.
No, that's not how this works. Seriously?
No one's saying anything.
Shit.
I do have to say that I watched The American Dad.
The RC American Dad?
Yeah, about the stock cars, and it is so spot on. It's the best. I've watched it a bunch of times.
It is pretty close. I agree.
Yeah, I even wears a fanny pack and black socks with cargo shorts.
My uniform?
Yeah. You told Matt that my mom liked his,
I did.
yeah. She was like, I watched this video. So good. She's like, I actually watched the whole thing.
Right.
I'm like, so are you saying that you don't ever watch all of Josh's videos?
Right.
I'm like, well, it's nice you actually watch it. If you have not seen that, you should. That American Dad, because it is hilarious. Porta potty for STL Sunday.
Oh, it's not a bad one. It's a big print, but
I want to build a new kit. Any suggestions?
ooh. You should go back and see like the last 10 Saturdays or 10 Friday nights. We've done different kits the whole time.
Bye, Jaden. You guys need to do a snow run or co-op run with SBG and 2 other guests.
I would be up for doing a snow runner. I just don't know that it would make great YouTube content for us. But I would like to
Inspector
try it in co-op anyway.
71 is very concerned that that driver is going to slip into your hand.
Yeah, I can see that.
Everyone likes Matt more than Josh. He's prettier. So true. Slowboat 86 says, "What's up, guys?"
Waiting on him. Always waiting on the slow boat.
Discovery RC. Just tuned in. Hello, RC community. Dickie's Friday night build.
Then why are you just getting here? No.
Jeez, you're saucy tonight. Sand ladder for Sunday.
Yeah, that's a pretty simple one.
What's the cheapest brushless crawler motor?
Oh man. Cheapest one that I would even think about would probably be like a slate motor.
Those guys crunky trunks.
Crunky is old school actually. Crunky's been around.
Look at the puppy.
He's been around RC crawling for
I love
a
it.
long time. RC crawler days a lot.
Here in Argentina, an RC car costs $750 for a Traxxas Stampede. Don't cry in America.
Oof.
Damn.
We got
Do you like a brushed setups for crawling?
brush setups are great. They're super smooth, super controllable. They don't have the speed a lot of times, or they wear faster, require some maintenance. I like the power of a brushless when I can, but brushed is great still. Like, don't try and buy the cheapest brushless setup. Stay with a good brush setup and just go that way. A run-of-the-mill brushed setup is better than a cheap brushless setup.
Are TRX 4 shocks the best budget shocks?
I don't know what they actually cost, but they're a great stock shock. They're really good. So are the Element shocks. They're really good. They're just a larger bore. They don't look as scale. The TRX shocks definitely look better.
No one says our safety inspector is leaving. He has to go to bed. Good night. Is that Futaba wheel that close that you can steer one-handed, or do you have super long thumbs? Can Nicole demo?
So this is how I drive.
You cannot demo because I don't touch that.
See if you can just touch both. Could you throttle and steer with your hand?
Barely.
Barely, but you could do it.
Well, now I'm hitting buttons and shit. That's why I don't touch it.
I mean, there's no battery in it. You can't ruin anything.
Really?
It's not even the one I use. But I don't know. It seems pretty close. I mean, I have big hands, but not. I don't know.
You just screwed something up. Why are the body posts so much longer on the rear when the fifth wheel area of the body will be so low?
Probably because I put them on backwards. Let me check.
Scale welder, scale stand up book. SCX10 or 2 or 3? What about 1?
No, I did them right. Just short in the front and it shows long in the rear. I don't know, but I didn't screw up. Anyway, what did that say? SCX10-2 or SCX10-3? Simple question. That's a tough question. Honestly, for performance, I think the SCX10-2 would probably outperform it in like a competitive situation. But SCX10-3's got a ton of detail. People who love portals, it's got portals. But SCX10-2 is a pretty great platform still. So save the money and go with an SCX10-2, kind of build it how you want. I mean, that Woods Runner is an SCX10-2, you know? That's a freaking awesome truck. So
Hobby or Tegan?
yes. Sit down.
Suggestions. How is your SCX24 build going? Have you any more ideas?
I've looked at it pretty good and I've got plans, but I'll kind of have plans to execute it and with some other stuff. So I gotta do some other things first, but it'll be fun. We'll get into it.
On the Woods Runner build, the front where it narrows down to the width of the frame better to fit bodies than the original dimensions, going to make one with a Jeep body.
Yes, it does. That whole body's been cut down the middle, narrowed, and then kind of where it was narrowed, it was also pie cut a little bit. So that, and then so it was had a little bit of a cut by the cowl so that the sides kind of came back in.
I don't even think you can see it.
Yeah, you can. It's on my nose.
But I don't think you can see it on the camera.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right there.
I bought another one.
Oh, you bought an, I see.
Because the other one died and he likes it.
You couldn't just buy batteries?
I don't.
You know, that's how that works. It's batteries.
Oh. It was.
Oh.
Make sure you full float the body on this truck. No, so you can't see it. And glue the outside sidewalls and front tires.
They think I'm gonna drive it.
Why would you?
I'm kidding. Of course I'll drive it all the time. It's my new favorite. It's my new favorite truck.
Why would you buy shit and not drive it? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
For the joy of what we're doing right now.
God.
The quality time of you and I.
Oh, shit. Sell it. A set of 4 TRX 4 shocks are around $69. I'd argue when built and tuned correctly, they are the best 90mm shocks.
They're pretty good. Yeah. I mean,
Hobby Wing 1080, $43, and a Holmes Crawlmaster Sport $20. Get your really good brush setup for under 70. That's a way to go on a budget, in my opinion. I knew what that meant. IMO.
see, you're learning the internets.
Let's see. Yes. Rollins. You're awesome.
What?
Olive oil, balsamic, little sugar. We can't have sugar, and garlic, black pepper, and salt. What we do for dressing. Lettuce mixed with cucumbers, tomato, black olives, and grilled chicken fillet and Cajun spice. Yep.
I'm on board.
That does sound amazing.
You gonna start knocking that out soon?
You want me
Right
to
after
do
this?
this?
Right after this? Right after this?
Yeah. At 10 o'clock, I'm gonna go make you a fucking salad. You can make your own salad. How are the happy cows doing?
Happy cows.
I don't know.
Happy cows eat something. Isn't that a slogan?
Is that a TTO1? It is.
TTO1E. That servo. We'll be using the
Michael Kopik is here. Hey, friend. Yeah. Like I said on the live PD thing, like I said, smarter minds than mine, I'm sure, made a decision.
We'll be using the S9551 servo. She hit her knee.
I'm looking at my first printer to use in RC. I'm looking at the Ender 3 and the Anycube i3 Mega S. Thoughts?
Go with the Ender 3. It's the Anycube is fine as well, but the Ender 3, you're gonna have a bigger like support community with it. So I think you'd be, especially with your first one, you're gonna have questions, things are gonna come up. Get the one with like the most people using it so that you can get that help when you need it. Because you're gonna have questions.
We get the new kitty next. Oh, that must have been a political thing.
Did Alex delete it for you?
Waiting for Holmes Hobby to restock. Looking at the Polar Pro B2. What's your take on Hobby Wing out system?
I don't like it. Get the Polar Pro. Skip the Axe. I don't like that system at all.
Hey, what is hands down the best comp grade crawling tool? I just sounded like your brother when I said that. Hey.
Hyrax, if you're, class, Hyrax probably for class 2, class 1, maybe class 3, like probably.
Tell you that a Hyrax isn't a Hyrax a mountain rat?
Is it?
Remember, I was watching Naked and Afraid.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Our only other TV show that we both watch?
Forged and Fire.
Forged and Fire. Okay, that's true.
Oh, I lost my mouse again.
It's probably up here. There. See it?
The wife called it a buying hobby. Opinion on the TADR10.
Where's that? Oh, Team Associated DR10. It's a really good base. It's basically like mine is a converted DB10, but it's basically the exact same thing. So, seems like a good buy. I don't. It's it's not going to be super fast out of the box, but you can throw a 3S in it and have some fun. But it's a solid car, so good choice.
Do you think all the internals from an RC four-wheel drive B44 will fit in Vanquish housing since it's based on an SCX 10.1, or does Vanquish housing need different XVDs?
No, as long as it's if in SCX 10.1 stuff should fit in our SCX 10.1 axles. So as long as that's how those were made, then yes, it should fit just like just like a stock housing, or in this case, a stock RC4 drive housing.
Josh, what part numbers are those cutters? Knipex cutters? I don't know.
CHP 170, made in Italy.
It's Italian.
Fragile.
What is the best KV to run in a brushless motor?
I like between 2700 and 3100 kV.
Is under 5 worth it over under 3?
I've never owned one of those two. I've been around them, but I've never owned one myself. I don't know.
Like that. Them.
They're super popular.
What's your thoughts on a higher speed motor with smaller pinion instead of slower motor?
Volt up and gear down. So I prefer like a little bit lower kV, but higher voltage, so more battery. But you just always have to watch when you're going higher in pinion numbers, or you have to watch the temperatures. So you're putting more load on the motor, but no matter what, but for me, 2700 kV on 4S is my favorite.
What is a good price range for a decent printer?
We're all going to have different opinions on what decent means, but starter printer, a first printer, spend, $300 to $400. And that printer is probably going to do just fine for you, and you're probably not going to grow out of it as long as you get one with a decent sized bed to it. If anything, if you really love 3D printing, you might find yourself with another one. Maybe you have.
It's cool that they have wood filament.
Yes, I'll get you some wood filament and 3D print away.
3D print.
I don't know. Remote holder.
That was rude. Do this anymore.
You can't leave. Can't.
Yeah, he didn't self-appoint himself moderator. I made him that because he can answer questions about this. That is Jesse Schultz. I haven't seen him pop up in a minute. Favorite wheel question.
So we released the new version of the KMC Machete V2, and I really like that one. Or I like the Method 101 V2. They're very similar wheels, but those are my two favorite right now.
Wait, I heard there's a weirdo that hangs his t-shirts. Who does that?
There's nothing wrong. Hanging t-shirts is so normal.
You're so lazy that you.
How is that lazier than folding?
I don't know, but it's weird and obnoxious.
When I used to,
he doesn't hang anything. He doesn't even know where the washer and dryer is.
The what?
The washer and dryer. God. Thoughts on 3D printed bodies? Quentin Garlic.
They're not for me. They're not durable for what I would want to do with them, and I don't want to do all that finishing work. So it's a no from me. you know, after you spend a ton of hours sanding and filling and fixing and straightening and all that, they look really good if they're painted well. But I'm not interested in all that.
I understand stand, fold up, and gear down. What I mean is like a 9-tooth pinion on a 20-turn motor instead of a 14-tooth on a 45-turn motor.
Yeah, you know, it's a 45 turn motor is not going to put out the same amount of power as a lower motor. So like you're going to be able to try and make it go faster with more pinion, but you're going to end up running out of power in that motor. So I would go with a faster motor. You're going to have less run time, and it's going to have a tendency to run hot still, but the faster motor is usually going to end up being able to net you the power that I'm after, at least. So I usually go with the faster motor. Okay. It's plastic. It's a pain in the butt. Where I think I'm still supposed to have 2 shoulder screws. No, that's right. That was right. What are you doing?
What? Get 2 bags, white and black, for separation. Clean. Oh, they're talking about laundry.
Oh. Psh.
Do you think the D110 will flex enough to get a wheel up on a case of strawberry bubbly? I want to get some good pictures to send you with it on my dryer.
It's a long enough wheelbase that I think, I don't know. It's a tall case. I don't think that it can. It's got too small of a tire. Even with that long wheelbase.
Oops. They're not saying anything. I gotta go fill my water. Love you. Now you know how I feel. Everything I do, and you're on your phone all the time. I need water. I need hot water out of the cold tap.
Let's see. I have an old 2-wheel drive Rexler VXL. Is it a good candidate to convert to a no prep? I think so, but basically you need to take that Rustler and get a slash chassis, low CG chassis, and swap it over to that. I think then it's a good choice. Josh, how much longer do you think the stream is going to go on for? Forever. I don't know. This thing is almost ready. So at that point, it's just putting the chassis brace on and then taking a look at the body, because that's not too much longer. There's Peanut. There's Peanut.
Oh, you're mad. You mad? I have an old 2-wheel drive Rustler VXL. Is it a good candidate to convert to a no prep?
I think it is if you take and throw a slash LCG chassis on it.
Just ordered ABS 410 Pro. Gone with RX4 and ROC 412 3100 kV. Tegan says 3S, but I'm sure you said you run it at a 4S. Are you doing anything different to run at 4S?
No, I just know that I'm not supposed to, but I love the way it drives. So I do it anyway. But yeah, you're not supposed to. TT. Hey.
Hey. I'm gonna scout out that Highway 50 spot maybe Monday.
You get to go crawling on a Monday?
He's a teacher. He's all
Oh. Who was it?
Moose Jaw.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll allow it.
Tammy said that there's forests everywhere at the lake. The 4th of July.
I wonder why.
Because
They got nowhere else to go.
been in herd. What do you consider to be a heavy trail rig?
For a 1.9, anything over, I think you start getting pretty heavy if you're looking over, 8-9 pounds. Even my caged buggies usually aren't over anything over 9, unless it's 2.2.
I have a slash carbon fiber chassis, but it's for the 4-wheel drive.
Well, that's not going to do you any good for no prep. Jesus, look at the size of that on-off switch.
Huge. Right.
You impressed?
Super small.
You impressed? It's big.
A dog would risk its own life to save yours. A cat would eat you if you could knock you down. Just saying. Not her. Nicole just got trolled and didn't know it.
Okay.
I did? For what?
I had read questions while you were gone,
Yeah.
but they were basically the same questions you said. So I just answered them again. So funny. Sick burn.
Josh, would you be able to invite Jang for a live stream with me? No, he is into Lego now, but still, it would be interesting to see his point of view on today's RC world.
It'd be interesting. He is a very large account now. It's hard to say if he would be interested in that type of thing. He's not very far from me. He's in San Francisco.
10-2 or Enduro?
I think if you want out of the box performance, then Enduro. If you want better aftermarket options and all that type of stuff, 10-2 hands down. So if you want to do a lot of upgrading and stuff like that, go with a 10-2. But if you want to just kind of run it out of the box, then the Enduro is going to be a nicer option.
Juan Rico's a high school teacher too. Shout out to all of our teachers.
Yeah.
Why are Vanquish Q series lights called Q series? That's an awful lot of letters down the alphabet.
Because they're made to be like the rigid Q series lights, which is the full set. Oh.
Where is the power driver? Man, your hands are dying.
I know, they are. The good news is that we're almost done. I just got to figure out.
Dana.
Brushed motor, which 2 wires do I use? 2 outside is what I'm assuming, but...
Late to the party. Did you get a bearing kit? Makes a world of difference.
Definitely got a bearing kit.
Yeah, he knows it. Knows a guy.
I know a lady and a guy.
Just got an Ender 3 Pro, my second printer in a month. I think it's turning into an addiction like the tiny trucks. Oh my.
Yep. Where? Brushed motor. There we go. Blue minus. Yellow plus. Blue and yellow. Use the right one. Haha. Success.
Look at this.
Looking. What? Where? Well, yeah, that's weird.
Better not be talking to me. 'Cause I will block you. When will we see Vanquish release the 1.9 Roost in I lost it.
In bronze, probably.
Bronze, yeah.
I don't know. It's been a long. I don't know when the Roost will come back.
Greetings from Greece.
Hey,
Love it.
does he have a cool name?
Yes. Iraclis Lorgoria. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
So yesterday I pulled my 1-year-old around the house in a laundry basket with my 2
That's funny.
building a VS 4-ton Ultra with an ROC 412 3100 kV and RS4. Should I use a 12 or 14 pinion? Also going to use a T180 for the dig. Should I use a T360 or T440 for steering?
Good job. So he said pro, right? Pro, yeah, use the 14 tooth pinion. T180 is a great choice for the dig. And for the front, I'm actually running a T360 in mine because it was all that was available at the time we were building it. And I never changed it. I've never felt like I needed to change it. And it's been a rock star. It's been the servo that's been in my pro since the very first day we started filming with it. So
Don't troll me.
just, like I said, answered the questions that you had already asked.
So,
I swear, that's it.
Josh, how much would you charge me to braze weld me up a custom bumper for my Beast 2 6x6? The cab needs a hinge up off of it.
Yeah, I don't really do that.
Yeah. Blue to green, green, yellow to yellow. Blue to green, yellow to yellow.
Yep, that's what I did. I wish that there wasn't such a delay because then that comment would have been way more helpful.
Second Sunday Antique Fair pushed to July.
Ooh.
Right. Josh, are you up for a CAD battle? You could use Fusion 360. I'll use Onshape.
On shape.
Oh, his name's Hercules, but in Greek.
Oh.
Hercules.
He probably doesn't get the Nutty Professor reference.
I'm sure he does. Oh, he said, you look too old for me. Well, thank you, but
It's still hard to tell the sentiment in a comment.
yeah. I know you love BFG crawlers, D8 or Predator compound, and what foams on 8-pound BS4 based rig?
I use G8. I like them better than the Predator. And for foams, on an 8-pound, I would go medium outers in the front and firm outers in the rear. Okay, that.
That
Reckless?
I know, but it's huh. Favorite wheel nut from Vanquish.
No wheel.
Favorite Lexan body.
I mean, it's like I still like we did the half cab Origin because it looks like a Scout, and that's just my favorite one. But if it wasn't that, I mean, I like the C10 trucks, but I like Jeeps best. The old Proline FJ was a cool body.
What is I don't know what it means.
What?
This acronym.
I don't know what that means. I know, like, don't act like I give a fuck. Or sorry.
Any plan? Okay, you need you to spell it out for me. Any plans on running the Wraith scale clamping hubs?
Not currently.
Josh should know that term since he was into motorcycles.
Do I look like I give a? That's what it is. That's.
What does that have anything to do with motorcycles?
Oh, I don't know. I just
Oh,
trying to figure out what it meant.
any plans on running the Wraith scale clamping hub? Did I already read
Yeah.
that? If you could crawl anywhere in the world, where would you go and what RC would you bring?
had that question a bunch of times, and I can never think of the right answer.
Well, I think
I
it's gonna be
think
amazing.
Japan.
Okay.
There's so many cool like
Greece.
agree.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Japan is like one of the top, and with my because just some of the green mountain, like even in China, there's some just amazing. Vietnam, like there's just places.
I don't know. When do you wish you would have brought a crawler to Sicily?
Of course, I wish I have a crawler with me everywhere. So
Good.
it's just frowned upon sometimes. And I can only imagine dealing with those customs people and all that, even more.
Do any other bodies fit the bomber?
People have made bodies fit the bomber, but not other than that, like specifically. The bomber's supposed to look like a tube buggy, though. It's not really supposed to have a body.
Yeah, Nepal. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the non-climber version of Everett. Like they have a non.
You basically want to ride on a Sherpa's back.
I don't. But when I was younger, when I was in college, I was like, I really wanted to do that. But no, you just go to a base camp. You don't actually go.
Oh,
There's so many people on it. It's not fun anymore. So. Oh, it's a common acronym in the motorcycle scene.
yeah.
Josh, what is your opinion of the Red Cat clawback 1/5 scale crawler?
Oh, it's just it's MOA, so it's, motor on axle. It's not really it's just kind of goofy and big. It's not one that, it's cool that it's huge, but other than that, it's it.
Good night, Sea Master. It's almost 5 a.m. Any ideas for where to get a Beast 2 bumper made, please? The body needs to hinge from it, so it needs to be custom.
Right. It's always hard to like exactly give a, custom fabricator. It's like some of those things, like you're going to have to ship the whole thing to them to get it done right. So if you can't find somebody locally, Max Daddy Custom Parts is somebody who I'm using for a project here soon that I'm dragging my feet on. It's MAKSDADDY Custom Parts. And he's a hell of a fabricator, it appears. I'm looking forward to having him tackle a project for me that, again, I'm dragging my feet on, but might be somebody who's worth shooting a message on Facebook. He's got a Facebook page.
Oh, Lance Lucas just gave us $20. Thank you so much. Thanks for the entertainment every Friday night and for all the support you provide to the community. What?
Yeah, I think I've been messaging with Lance today or the last, maybe I've seen his posts here recently. I can't remember, but thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Capsus. Keep doing this.
Right.
Otherwise, he doesn't get to do it. On a Castle BEC 2.0, can you use the power input wire to power lights, or does it need to be plugged into the receiver?
On the Castle BEC. The input wire needs to go to the battery. So, because that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to knock down full power to other things. So that's basically just your battery lead. You could plug anything into the battery lead as long as it's made to run on whatever voltage your battery is. If you're talking about the output side of the BEC, you could use it for that. All it does is regulate power to a constant programmed level and make sure that it has, usually 10 amps of output. So,
Any suggestions for something to watch on Netflix when Ozarks are tired? I just watched Bates Motel again.
Did you?
It's so good.
Let's see. What have I been watching on there? I watched the Epstein thing.
Oh yeah.
Twisted.
Any chance Vanquish will make a gear set for the 10-3 to remove all that slop? I
Oh.
saw guys shimming them with aluminum foil.
Probably. I'd have to look at it. I guess I haven't. It's not something I haven't dove into that part of it yet.
Run this time. Build better.
Build better. Gotta talk the whole time. Honestly, the Capro, nicer hardware, goes together pretty well.
Oh,
If it wasn't for the stupid
Space
Tamiya
Force.
hardware. Space Force, I watched that. Wasn't bad.
Is it funny?
Wasn't bad. It wasn't office good, but it wasn't bad. It was worth a watch, though.
Hello, Josh and Nicole. Stabby Josh.
Stabby. Let's throw some tires on.
Oh, Queen of the South. I haven't seen them.
I haven't heard of that.
Thank you, Rollins. You gave us $10.
Thank you. 10 euros.
10 euros.
That's more than $10. Thank you.
I just want to know what the green is in the background of your picture. These things are so small.
Oh yeah, she likes to look at the avatars. So.
So tiny, and I just want to know what the green is. I'm like, in my head, it's like the Northern Lights. I don't know if, but like,
I just know what Roland's Facebook avatar is because it's like him on a mountain bike. So.
if you had to run a Gen 8 with Hobby Wing axe system and brass bumper mounts, would you quit racing?
I was like, this is all that, and then I get it. He was doing that on purpose to me. Somebody hates me. You can have fun with anything. I could have fun with that. Wouldn't be the exact same, but I could still have fun.
Listening to Ice Cube assembling an Origin kit I found in Florida. Did you just find it on the road? Josh, have you seen any issue mounting up axial BFGs on a set of Incision Method MR307s?
No. Is it the 2.2 axial BFG? If so, then yes, because some of the very first axial 2.2 BFGs had a major small bead issue. But other than that, 1.9s, no. Never seen one.
I hear people always say to get a specific compound, but I never hear anyone say what is the best tire to use with that compound. I've been told Predator is king for comps, but never with what tire.
I mean, the partially is because like the tire might not be as as important. It's just like they're saying that's a stickier compound. Personally, I don't love the Predator. I think it's too soft. I don't think it works as well in warm temperatures. So, and it's all going to be preference and how you set things up. But like, there's only certain tires that are even available in that. Crawlers and Hyraxes and maybe the TSLs, but I don't even know.
Oh, it's a Yeti with more LLC lights. You serious? That's what it is.
Oh, so more is Sarge.
Oh. That's Sarge.
Yep.
Is it too difficult for Vanquish to make a proper 2-speed gears for 10-3?
No, it's just one of those things. It's like replacing. It's one of those things that's kind of hard to necessarily tell people why they should buy it. So the investment into doing it may not pay off. Like they might not sell as much. But it's not saying that it's impossible or that it's not a good product idea. Maybe it will still be something that would happen. But it's just like those would be the things to look at. Like, is it going to be something enough people are concerned about that they're actually going to purchase this product and make the effort worth it? But it could be a thing.
Truck on shelf, new project.
Old project. a project that I want to get done, but it's a project that I had at my office for 2 years. And one that I want to finish.
Favorite Grateful Dead song? That's hard. I do love Scarlet Begonias or Friend of the Devil. It's probably my favorite.
I don't know. I couldn't name a Grateful Dead song.
You're
I just know that Jimmy Garcia was in it.
you're dumb.
What's his name? Something Garcia. What's his name?
Jerry Garcia.
Jerry Garcia. Jimmy Garcia. Same thing.
Very first concert was Bill Lesh from the Grateful Dead and Willie Nelson.
Is that where the name Fish came from?
Bill Lesh from the Grateful Dead.
Yeah. It's a different people.
Yeah.
Fish is a different people.
Josh. Oh God. You're an idiot.
So there's deadheads and fish people. They're not the same.
Mhm.
But people follow them both.
Dennis is the one who asked for my autograph but didn't get it.
Oh, sorry, Dennis.
I don't work.
She doesn't work with me.
No.
It would not work.
No, you don't want to.
I'm a dick when I'm at work. I would yell at her.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
You'd get mad at me. I know I didn't glue any tires.
No. Mulva Hill said, love the channel, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's watching, putting together bare frame rails. Watching.
Sorry.
Do you think will ever be a beadlock and or 1.9 version of the SHR22 vintage wheel? I really love the design.
Funny thing about those, when you hear the whole story about the SHRs,
No.
yeah, they do. People, this is an interesting story. So the SHRs, we had a huge box of wheel blanks left over that we ran too many of a wheel that wasn't as popular or had lost popularity. So I came up with a very kind of that retro-ish design that I liked that was very simple out of that wheel blank. We ran the number of blanks that we had left, and then it looked, once it was finished, Steve saw it and he goes, oh, this looks like the rims I had on my Bronco when I was in high school. And we're like, okay, that's cool. And then we finished, and we're like, oh, we got to get a product name for these. Like, what are we going to call them? Like, Steve's high school rim, SHR. There you go.
Oh my God.
That is where SHR came from. Steve's high school rim.
That's your inside information, guys.
There you go. We're very technical.
Love to see you do a weekly $50 build on my semi truck.
Oh, that would be fun.
Derek C gave us $20. Great video. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thanks, Derek.
Hey. Hotel California was not
That's the Eagles.
dead.
Even I knew
Yeah.
that.
Sunday live suggestions: jet ski with trailer or stand up toolbox.
Jet ski. That's a good idea. That's a hard one, but man, that's a cool idea.
You could do the
I don't know if I'm capable of drawing that in Fusion.
what's his face? The
Kenny Powers.
Penny Powers one. Get a leopard skin for it.
Oh, that's such a good idea, though. I just don't know if I'm capable.
Stand up jet ski. That would be a good Friday night build. Build some of your unfinished projects.
The problem is that there's usually not enough parts to just finish it.
Say what now?
Like it might. What I could do is like just try and build it. One of these Friday nights, we'll just try and build a truck out of things we have in here.
Who's we?
You and I. What
What's that?
are you doing?
Put something down.
Oh, battery pack? Oh no, that's my USB dock for my SD cards. So,
Ideas on your future van build?
yes, I do. I think I've come up with the plan. So I want to do a giveaway build for 50,000 subscribers. And I've got an element builders kit that we built on one of these lives. And I think I'm going to take and get the creeper body or whatever they call it, the rock van, put that on there and start doing some tube work in the back somehow. And just start getting it all put together so we can give it away to somebody when we hit 50,000. And I talked to the guys at TGH and they were joking like, you want to put a creeper transmission in the creeper van? I was like, oh, that's a pretty good idea.
How about a tiger cage trailer?
A tiger cage.
Yeah, do the old JS 550 there. Single boxing could be easy.
Somebody knows their jet skis.
Yeah.
Those letters and numbers mean almost nothing to me.
You know how my entire life is. Poor Matt is cringing at Josh cutting this body out.
Shh, he can deal with it.
Bucks RC says hello. Dude, I had a rough night and man.
Can you turn that shot? I fucking hate the. Oh, I need to watch Big Lebowski
Yeah.
for the 9 millionth time.
No, it's so good though.
I watched it so many times in high school.
It's
I had it on
weird. You are such a square.
Why?
Because
That was.
he's such a stoner.
Oh, and I wasn't, but I still watched that.
Right.
Yeah, I had it on VHS, and I would just like put it on my TV in my room and like fall asleep with it on.
You have TV in your room?
Yeah,
Fancy.
with a built-in VCR.
Wow.
It was one of those big TVs.
Oh, that is nice.
What's that?
I actually threw out your name on Kevin Talbot's live feed today when someone asked for RC video recommendations.
Ooh.
Thank you. You said, ow.
I said, oh, like he's a YouTuber out of the UK.
No, you put a super scale 2020 kit in the van.
Oh god, the Super Scale 2020 kit. I could do that too, though. Is that kit the one that I have with all the servos that control the suspension?
Yeah.
The one I was putting in the Camaro.
Oh, yeah. That was SFLRC24, by the way. Who said that? Deadheads are way better than
What's Fish? Like, what are they?
it's like jam band.
Isn't that Grateful Dead?
I mean, yeah, but different.
Who's got the really long songs? Both?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I grew up with lots and lots of music. Lots and lots and
I grew up with a lot of.
but I usually like country music, like old school country music, but I know every song of every artist from any classic rock you could ever imagine because my parents streamed it all the time. Talbot has 588,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a TRX4 Bronco?
It is. It's a TRX4 Bronco with the with an air ride kit made out of Russia in it.
So this is exciting.
Yes, but we're getting close to done with half the hard part.
Oh my gosh, what in the tractor trailer are you talking about? That I just saw that first time on something
What?
that what is that one? What in the
Oh, what in the cousin Alabama?
yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna unfriend you, Alex. He said cake is the best.
Is that with the Kurt Cobain's chick?
No, that was whole.
Hole, cake, hole, whatever. Cake hole?
How do you feel about a company that clones other companies' vehicle, like what happened to the Tamiya Bruiser?
Not a fan. All these cloning companies are, and people will buy it.
But don't.
Shouldn't. They'll buy knockoff wheels that are just a copy, and
Yeah, it
it's
sucks.
the same thing. I know the Bruiser was around for 30 years, so it's like at some point, I guess it like did the Bruiser, it's like, is it old enough now that it shouldn't matter? Like maybe. But it's like the axial honcho has been around forever too, but companies like Remo Hobby have cloned it. So it's just like, is that how long does it need to be? Or is it still just people with no morals who will do whatever to make money? It's the
Did you show the body next to a 1/10 scale?
like it's at this point it'll look like a body in a second, and that's when we'll do that.
Van body thinking a better off dead motif everybody wants.
Is that a Grateful Dead reference? Or
Are
not?
all clones clones though? I wonder if some are sold off and relicensed.
Mm, there's some situations where that's sometimes the case, but almost never.
Josh, are you running any extra weight on the front of your Pro brake weights, breaths, inner wing?
I have brake weights on the front of my Pro. Other than that, nothing extra.
I've been wanting to do one of these semis, but the bodywork turns me off. I think I hate it more than you.
I don't know about that.
Were you going to show that expensive purchase tonight, or did you mean it in upcoming future videos?
As soon as I get this body kind of cut out, then yes, because that's this body cutting out the body is the last thing we have. You excited now?
I am. Van Halen, have you ever seen Better Off Dead?
Van Hagar. Getting awfully starey.
No, it's about that time.
It is 9 o'clock. We are way ahead of schedule.
Yes. I feel that a company spends a lot of money and time in making a vehicle and is their intellectual property forever, so clones shouldn't. Do you get a discount on the cat since you will be a senior by the time it shows up?
We got a discount on the cat in the first place.
Yeah, but it's just with everything, flights have been really hard to get. Has anyone spun a rear portal box around the axle on a TRX4?
I've seen TRX4 axles break, but it's not like the most common thing. They usually break a little bit more inwards than right at the portal box.
It's Saturday in some places.
I
We must be in a big delay tonight.
think we are.
That is something. Oh, we were not being cute. I was just
No.
I was being obnoxious. Like,
Yeah, it's like just trying to get into.
you need some help?
Did you do that faster?
It's a garbage cat. With cats, I'm all about adopting from shelters with other animals, but cats, you never know. Plus, we travel too much to have a dog, so we need a cat that has a personality of a dog. And yes, Peanut, we love him the same, even though he's not.
He's just a barn cat.
He is. He's my baby.
You know how mad it used to make her when I called him a barn cat?
Because he's not like
He is a regular ass barn cat. He's,
special.
he is special.
He had issues. We had found him.
In a barn.
Pretty much. Could you finish already? No one else is going to get up in the morning and drive this rig. Can you that help but better?
Me.
Because this is trash. Did anyone ever find that guy?
No.
You guys experienced fireworks? No, but there's a big ass grass fire.
Couple 100-acre fire by our house today. Or maybe it might have been bigger than that by the end of it. There was a huge smoke plume, and they had there's an old Air Force base by my office where they have Cal Fire. So the tankers were taking off out of there, flying over here by the house, dropping the retardant back and forth. It was crazy. Crazy, I tell you. So let's see. I swear to God, I checked this. And the body posts were right, but they definitely look wrong.
Yeah, it was crazy. I just got done swapping brake weights off and putting brass inner rings on. You think that's too much weight on the Pro?
That's why. No, it's going to be pretty similar, but it's going to put the weight further out. So it's going to have more of a flywheel effect than a brake weight in the center, which isn't going to flywheel as much. But you'll probably be fine. Checking it, this shows the arrangement I have these body posts.
There are extensions for the front body posts.
There are extensions. Oh, see?
It's a little addendum part of the manual. Thank you, Lance Lucas.
Thank you.
Idea for Friday show: get a TRX4 builder's kit, order all the brass parts, and build it with as much brass as possible.
You know how much that would cost? I didn't. YouTube does not provide me enough funds for that.
I looked online and the instructions do show low and front mount comes through lower hood area. Yeah, the fire was, it was all pushing towards the foothills, but it was like right up from us, and it was huge.
I'm missing.
There was ash on my car in El Dorado Hills at work. Must be rear steer.
Right? Don't see this addendum.
Isn't it usually like stickers or something? Oh, here it is. I don't actually know if that's it or not.
It's probably not.
Project Brass Hole. That's funny. Did you hear me?
Yes. I named one that. See? But it was just like an episode. No, these are just like the don't burn your house down ones. Son of a... You know what, though? We've made good progress. We're gonna... I'm gonna pop the rear body post through. Then we can set it down at least. And then I will give my wife a break. A reprieve from this. I think those are the body post holes.
It's part of the body specific section. He'll dig out his box.
Body specific section. Okay, well that's just the body decals. Here's an option part thing. Oh, you are correct. It was one that was still on the top here. The Fat Fox portion. It's the very last step.
There are a lot.
Oh, yeah, you got to cut it down and then it's got extensions. I see. That is a bizarre setup, but I see. It's so weird. Okay, perfect though. Found it.
Thank you for offering.
Is that Lance?
Yes.
Thanks, Lance. All the decals.
Yeah.
And you have to cut them out by hand.
Oh.
They're not pre-cut.
Are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Czech Republic, land of stories.
Huh.
That's one of the ads.
Because it's a replica of a real truck.
I know.
And they only race these things over there. Lorry racing.
Good night, meat farmers.
Beet farmers.
Do the SCX 10.3 portal axles fit the SCX 10.2 frames?
I would say no. It's the SCX 10.3 is like a whole different design. That everything is so. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not going to be a bolt-on.
Sorry. If no, using a hole reamer and not a drill. Who are you and where's Josh? Josh is using Nicole's hole punch.
Yeah.
Is it my hole punch?
No. Well, I had a nice axial one of these, and these are like nice, but the axial one's like half the width at the bottom, so it's this real long, fine one. And one time on a live stream when we were doing RC Carcast with Howard and everybody, I heard you in the shot. You came down with a piece of aluminum to make a sign, and you used my body reamer as a hole punch, and it like bent the tip. I have it still, and I've like tried to fix it, but it's not the same.
Did you see me do that?
I didn't. Howard looked over in through the door of the studio. It saw you, started laughing so hard he couldn't talk, And we couldn't understand what was going on while we just hear this in the other room. And I couldn't understand. I asked him, I said, what's she doing? And he couldn't breathe, just turning red. Then he finally explained to me that you were using my body reamer as a center punch. But you were probably like trying to center punch just right on a hard surface rather than like having the bang, bang.
That's
Collectible tool that is now worthless. Glad you laugh.
I like it. Howard never stopped me there.
So now we have something. I didn't put the fifth wheel part on or any of that yet, but that's no big trouble. That's fine. I'll do that when we're not live. But grab that red TRX4.
Does Howard have video proof of this? If there were. Oh my gosh, it's disgusting.
It's a truck.
It's so it's not. It's dusty.
No, it's dirty from running on at Folsom. So, and grab that blue one too. So, TRX4, obviously, for most of you, the 114, and then this is like a normal 1/10 scale, like touring car, but
Yeah, like using hair scissors for other things.
shears, they're not scissors. So you can see that it's basically the same size as a normal touring car, whatever you would call these, but obviously smaller than a.
Are you sending this body off to suit?
I don't know. I think
Pretty stickers that you don't need to.
yeah, you can do a shit paint job and just cover it all up with all these stickers. I think I'll probably paint this one because it's just going to be white, and then with all the stickers, I'll paint it like the box.
You said I would just post this, or I would just
Yep.
swap those posts around.
I don't think that.
It looks like it just.
Yeah, I don't understand why you couldn't. But it says like there's this other extension that goes on, and that I don't know. Just Tamiya doing Tamiya things. But it'll be cool when it's done.
It looks like it's just all been stickers.
Yeah.
That there's no body to it.
I mean, if you look at the box, like there's a lot of stickers, but there's still some space.
Oh, in there.
Anything,
yeah,
anything that's
see.
white is.
Is that an Alpine A110?
Yeah. Alpine, they call it, is the brand, I think.
Yeah, please and thank you.
Please and thank you. All right. So, I'm kind of excited to have it all done, though. It'll be fun to totally drive all the time. Yeah, it's my new favorite car.
Yeah, what's up with those posts?
Well, I have to put the extensions on
Oh, gotcha.
and all that, like the instructions say.
Um,
Then it'll all sit right and
yeah, it looks like fun.
it'll look like a proper racing lorry. Done.
Because a wing goes on those long posts in real life. Got it.
Aha. We get a fifth wheel
Cover?
cover and some mud flaps.
Like that, doesn't it? Is a wing. A wing would be.
We could 3D print a wing.
There you go.
There we go. Or we could cut one out of carbon fiber on my new CNC router. So many carbon fibers. So excited. Oh, okay. Let's grab the new project truck. We're almost done. But now we just have a new project truck. All right. So this is the new project truck that I picked up. The cage work on this thing is fantastic, and that's what I was really after. It's dirty and beat up, but it's got kind of this sweet grill on it. It's got a custom modified hood that'll all fit. It's got some funky stickers. The paint job's terrible. It's beat up on the cage a little bit. It's powder coated rather than painted.
Huh.
I see what you're doing. And what's underneath of it in general is terrible, except for a few things. So, like, the hood is broke. Like, the kid who sold this was like, he shipped it like unacceptably. It was awful how it was shipped. And there's a bunch of things that were like broken when they weren't shown beforehand and whatever. Like, it was not a well presented deal, but nonetheless. But it does have a RC four-wheel drive scale engine up front. In there with it.
Rico gave us $5. Thank you, Enrico.
Thank you, Juan Rico. It's got that scale engine in the front, which is cool. And it's got the scale transmission behind it with a GCM transfer case. So these shitty axles will go away. I'll sell those off. So those will go. The shocks, one shock's broken completely. The rest of them are not great, but you know, there's 3 of them. I'll sell those off, and I've got some others that are RC four-wheel drives. Because these are 100mm shocks. So I'm going to use the. I've got some Kings, which, like I said, for style they'll look good. But this thing just needs to get an overhaul. D44 offset front axle, some nice wheels, tires cleaned up. Get the actual motor put together with the top intake and all that. Get a servo in there, and then this thing will look.
You said that's the expensive thing you bought? For why?
Because the chassis work is great. Like, this chassis work is amazing, and it's got the scale engine, which is nice. In the end, this thing will look very cool. It just needs a lot of cleanup. It was put together poorly. But what's there, the work that was done in areas was done fantastic. So it's going to need a lot of work and cleanup, but then it's going to be solid. So the drivetrain is cool. The cage work is awesome. That's why.
Okay. You don't have to justify it.
And then it will be worth more money again. But it's got some cool, like I said, the chassis work. It even has like these are SCX10 rails underneath of it, but the front, like, these rails were all cut and modified to give it the high arc. And it's got a nice panhard done. The rear, the rails were cut off, and it's all tubed. The style in general is great. It'll be a 1.9 when it's done. But
Thank you, Marvin R. You gave us $2 for a
little dancer,
is that pair.
dancing pair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marvin. So when it's done, this will be fantastic. It's a long ways from it right now, but it'll get there.
3 hours and 23 minutes.
Yep. So that's a project that's coming. A lot of work to get done on it. And then I'll sell it. Ooh, have Rusty Cerakote the chassis. That's a good idea. I wonder if he could strip it and Cerakote it. If so, that's a fantastic idea. Who said that? Steve Morgan. Ah, I know Steve Morgan. So yeah, I think that's that's where we're at. But if you could, like, if I really got in there and showed you guys
Is it a V for Vendetta sticker?
I don't know, like, anonymous looking. But if you look at how clean the joints are on the chassis work, I know it's hard to focus on it, but that's what's actually the impressive part. So It needs a link set. It's got terrible like axial threaded post links like stacked to get the right length. Just somebody was so good at this and then put it together like the rest. Just couldn't complete the picture. So yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to make this thing not terrible. See?
Are you gonna put a driver in it since there's seatbelts? But who are you gonna strap in?
No.
You gotta strap somebody in.
So,
G.I. Joe.
yeah. I don't know who, somebody like carved on this hood. Like,
Oh,
it's freaking awful.
yeah.
Like, I don't know what they were attempting to do. It's like they were trying to remove a sticker with a soldering iron. I have no idea. So, Nicole just hit the button on him. And so, stop giving Josh that trash look. Thanks, Dave. She's so done. So done. I am too. It's good.
Yeah.
We're done. Appreciate it, guys.
Everyone have a good night.
Thank you.
Be kind to each other.
Yes. We will see you guys next week, probably. Right before the kitty.
Oh yeah, it comes on Saturday.
It doesn't come. I have to go get it. You get to just have it arrive.
I know. That's all I do. I just sit
I know.
around and wait for you
Exactly.
to bring me things.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Good night.